Hello, Galaxy. I'm Chris Perillo. Thank you for tuning in. Welcome to the Play Shop. I am very happy to have you here for what will hopefully be a not bad evening. We're off to a good start. You can see me, and I do believe you can hear me as well. So thank you, one and all, for joining. Very, very appreciated. Good to see everybody here in the Play Shop, including Disc 1 of 5. Shout out to Disc 1 of 5. He is streaming on his own channel over there. Sunburnt Weeble, welcome to the Play Shop here. Happy to have you, and thank you for following today. Jem Zendaris, cheers. Eclipse Empire, always good to see you. Love to You Fly One. Rob Ank, always good to see you. And SI 3D Printing. Ah, it's a bear. No, that's his nickname. So shout out to SI 3D Printing because he's also streaming in his own channel as well. Pez Liz just could not wait. Hey, Nimble Bits, good to see ya. And Hutch's Makerspace as well. And Joshua XP, of course, like one of the first people to show up every night is Joshua XP. So Liz has been waiting. Seriously, she's been waiting. She's been chomping at the bit. The only reason she wanted me to stream tonight was so that she could say that Kurt Grosser has never watched Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Even I have. Like, you know how much I suck at doing a lot of that stuff. Even I've seen Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I took a day off and watched Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Eclipse Empire cheered X100.
Thank you, Eclipse Empire. You reminded me. Should throw on the headphones. What a great day. You know, Eclipse Empire, I'm going to agree with you. It was, all things considered, it was a good day. Posture check. Thank you, Red Griffin. Save Ferris. Was it a lucky day? It was somewhat lucky. Got some stuff I'm going to showcase. Just want to make sure I welcomed everybody into the Play Shop here at the top of the show. Fucho the Clown, always good to see you, as well as Airwolf28. Hail, the gang's all here, including Breaking Oz 96. Now, here's the thing. Breaking Oz 95, we had a big problem with Breaking Oz 95. No one talks about Breaking Oz 95, but Breaking Oz 96, that's how you know you got a winner. Darth Gallum, shout out to Darth Gallum. Thank you for popping back in. I'm jealous of anything and everything that Darth Gallum has related to Star Wars. That's a given. That goes with everybody, for everybody. Dark Toy Lord! One of my favorite people, if only because I feel... I like when other collectors and Star Wars fans join, right? And hang out and enjoy the time together because I don't feel so alone, right? With my love for the toy. Specifically the Star Wars toy. And printing them. Stone Monkey Research.
_XP_ cheered X102. Today in tech history in 1999, the first Internet Bank of Indiana opens, becoming the first full-service bank accessible only through the internet.
I did not know that. Well, what about, Joshua XP, you do great with the tech history. Is anybody else going to pick up with the day in Star Wars history? We could do that. There's days in Star Wars history. There's always every day, like birthdays, anniversaries, first releases. Shout out, thank you, Pez Liz, to Stone Monkey Research. He was streaming Minecraft today. I popped in Stone Monkey Research ever so briefly. You were having audio issues, and trust me, I feel you there. Lord knows I've run into enough of those. C. Travis 13, one of my favorite 3D printers out there. I mean, he's a person. He's an individual who 3D prints.
Breaking Goes 96 cheered X1000.
Breaking O? Breaking O? Oh, what? Okay, it blanked out again. I'm going to have to try flipping back to the Intel encoder next time. So looks like, thank you everybody for participating in the hype train. We've got a hype train happening. Brother Bill, huge shout out to you. Thanks again for being here. Brother Bill is like one of those people that you're just happy to cross paths with because he's very supportive.
Just resubscribed for 10 months.
Wow! Eclipse Empire, thank you again for Tier 3. Tier 3. Like, that's as high as it gets. Tier, why, I thought my finger was bruised. That's not a bruise, that's like a mark, it's a marker. We're at a level 3 hype train. All right, I'm gonna get, Emperor, okay. Darth Gallum, thank you for the cheer. Kevin will die, thank you for the cheer, good to see you. Okay, I gotta go get Emperor Palpatine. Thank you for participating in the hype train. Roll over my foot, Oh, I gotta remember to take off my headphones.
Cheer Dex 100.
Ow! Oh.
Eclipse Empire Cheer Dex 100.
Hang on, just almost done here. I got having some issues with the thing. Stuff. There we go. Okay. Got it. Okay. Thank you everybody for participating in the hype train. Yes. Thank you. Even though Chris was not wanting to get along very well with me, he was there. He was not feeling very participatory. Yes, that's the word I'm going to use. Participatory. Yes. Level 3. And yes, Mighty Bean. Shout out to Mighty Bean. We missed the shout out to Mighty Bean. Very important. I totally feel you. The manual raid works just fine. Stone Monkey Research. It is very appreciated. Do you see too much of my face? I don't think so. I don't want to show the whole face. How's old Sparky Fingers? Oh, Sparky Fingers is doing very well. Especially tonight. Let's turn on the drip. Almost knocked the mic onto the floor there. This is what happens when you tether yourself to a headphone. Why do they call them headphones? Right? Do you call on them? It makes me... I'm going to drink Chris's beer and backwash.
Faceless Cheered X101, Goofy Palpy. Happy 22/2/2022.
Well, are you saying that it gets weird in here? That's what you're saying, isn't it? It is 2/2/22. Won't happen again until 21/22. Not that makes it very better. Yes! This is my jam. Oh, yes. Uh-huh. Oh, strange. Very strange. Indeed. You know, people are strange when you're a stranger.
You don't know the power of the Perillo side of the Force. It's not
Mighty
so much dark as
Bean
it is
Cheer Dex
weird.
100.
Like,
Today
it really
in Star
gets
Wars
weird in
history,
here.
the voice
So
of Captain
weird.
Tarples, Steve Spires, was born in 1968.
Oh, amazing! Mighty Bean, I did not know that. Those Gungans, those darn Gungans. What are we going to do with those Gungans? I say wipe them out. All of them. Hello, 3D Jeff. I'm so glad you're 3D because 2D Jeff kind of freaks me out. I have run into 2D people and they're not so fun. They don't have very much personality. They're very flat. Tuesday is going well so far. We've only seen one glitch here in the Matrix. One glitch so far. Thank you, Liz, for the cheer. We're at 2 minutes, approximately 2 minutes at a level 3 hype train here at the top of the show as I'm beginning to welcome people in. Oh, Darth Gallum, thank you for your cheer as well. Did not mean to miss that shout out. Dude Blight, great to see you. Garfleg, you as well. I hope I sound evil. Here, can you hear me spitting into Chris's beer? Yes. It will upset him greatly. Oh, Aveline!
Aveline French Cheered X100, hi Palpy. And everyone in chat Zippo6 bye.
Good to see you. Thank you for stopping in. I sound extra evil? Good.
Thank you, everybody, for participating in the hype train.
I will leave you with the Muppet. Ooh, I almost knocked that over. Ah! All right, we can turn this off.
51 subs.
For now. Thank you, Fix'em Dude. Appreciate the gifted subs. We're about 8 away, giving it to Kitecrafter. Very kind of you, Fix'em Dude. Fix'em Dude today got his, the LG, I don't know, what is it called? The LG dual screen phone. I sent him a phone that I had. It was literally doing nothing. It was sitting in a drawer, doing nothing, collecting dust. Not even collecting dust. Sorry, I'm like, let me refocus on the printer there. So it's a very orange filament right now.
Thank you, everybody, for participating in the hype train.
And thank you very, very, very much. Could not have done it without you. Fix'em Dude got his new phone today, and it's working. That's all I wanted to hear. Dual phone from LG was cool. Well, Sonny, I sent it to one of our mods because it was just doing nothing. I don't collect phones. I don't. The fact that I still had it on hand is a shock, honestly. The next phone I'm getting is I think I saw Zero Cool got his S22. I did not. It was held back. Everything that I ordered, the carrier said, or the delivery service says, no, we can't give it to you because Samsung says no. So, yeah, I've got to wait. Apparently. So everyone else is going to have... This is the reason I stopped doing tech videos. Because by the time I got around to talking about it, everybody else has talked about it. Shouting out Fix'em Dude's new phone. That's a good thing to shout out. Hey, the Ninja! Good to see you again. Welcome back to the Play Shop. Really good to see you again. Yeah, Zero Cool, what are you going to do? I don't know, Zero Cool. Here's the thing. I'm not expecting much. If it's faster, I'm happy. Better photos, I'm happy. Not much else I can say about it, really. I'm not really planning on using the Pen very often. Who needs the latest cool latest phone when you have 3D printing and retro gaming? Totally agree with you, Brother Bill. This is why I like Brother Bill. Into retro stuff. He's the hookup. He's giving me a hookup for Boulder Dash, which we're going to be playing on Sunday. We'll be playing Boulder Dash on Sunday. Scotty Rotten! Literally the opposite of rotten. Like, Scotty is fresh. Scotty, I'm going to call you Scotty Fresh. I probably shouldn't. I shouldn't change your name. Maybe your last name's Rotten. I don't know. Scotty Rotten is streaming here on Twitch. Liz, thank you so much for the shout-out. He's a great chatter, great hanger-outer here on Twitch. And he likes Lego as much as I do. An adult fan of Lego. Hey, Hannah! Don't worry, I'm not into tech trends. Good. I'm not either. A lot of them just go, they float right by me. The tech trends. Now, Star Wars trends, on the other hand. Call you whatever? Okay, I can do that. I can call you whatever. Well, I'll call you Scotty. How's that? You can call me a refo. Look at my hand. Oh, dude. So, like, I'm getting my espresso today, and I'm also, I ordered a new AeroPress that's getting here tomorrow, so I'll be doing AeroPress again with decaf. Am I going to pick up a Steam Deck? No, I'm not. I have no plans. Let me put it this way. I have a Nintendo, not the Wii, but what is it? The Switch? Don't play it. I don't play it. So, look, look at my white skin. Look at that. Somehow, I don't know what this is. Look at my whiteness. Look at my extreme whiteness. My leg is wider than my face. Look at this. Look at this hairy whiteness. Look at it. Look at it. White balance. Here. White balance on my hairy leg. Right there. So, I felt it. It gets weird here, doesn't it? Give meaning to your boring, miserable life by subscribing to this channel. I appreciate when you sub. Thank you for subscribing, everybody. Oh, my leg's not that funny. It's not that funny. Stop it, Chris. Stop. Mighty Bean, so sad when streamers show skin to get views. Oh, let me tell you. Silver Sunbeam's along for the ride.
Sunbeam cheered X100.
So I'm like, why do I feel irritated here? And I felt, and I was like, dude, I cut myself. Right? I must have banged. I think it was more of a bang to myself. So I must have banged myself somewhere on the desk. You heard it here first. Don't wait for the gossip sites. Don't wait for Dextero to come around. Chris Perillo banged himself on the desk. That's what happened. I must have banged my leg. I did not cut myself shaving. That laugh is loud. I even turned down the volume on the laugh. I turned it down. What are you saying? 3D print a hot tub. Oh, good call. I could do that. The Switch is the preferred modern console of retro gamers. That I believe. I could believe that. I could see that. I don't have any of the Atari games necessarily. I mean, I would love to have all the games on it. That'd be fine. But even then, what time I'm catching up on shows after the stream. I'm working during the day. I don't have time to game. Unless I'm doing it during the stream. That's really the only time. And wait until I'm able to get that capacitor replaced on the arcade over there, just behind or beyond the 3D printer there. Now we need bang leg. No, we're not going to bang legs around here. Do we, Dude Blight? Oh my god, no. The laugh's a little long. Well, you know, I'm able to talk over it, so I could always cut it down. Girls got the Switch last year for Christmas. Jedi's got a Switch in waiting, and it may happen over the next year or so, possibly for Christmas. Getting a Switch, because I'm just very careful about the screen time that she spends. But she is doing Minecraft. I'm happy in the Toka world, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it. She's into it. Gaming, she's into it. I'd like to encourage that. Disc105 says, as a gamer, I'm going to admit something that'll lose me street cred. I've never finished HL2. Hey, I know what Half-Life 2, I know what HL2 is. It's Half-Life 2. Give me credit for that. I'm not a gamer. Did my new phone come? It probably did, but it wasn't delivered. So I'm going to say no. I have zero time for gaming, and we'll have even less in the fall when I go back to school. Silver Sunbeam, I hear ya. I'm not in school, but man, I hear ya. Bring it around. Good evening to you. And by the way, I appreciate everybody subbing.
Thank you for subscribing. I knew you could do it.
It's true. I knew you could. We just saw Palpatine like a minute ago, but he's back. So I've got a couple things I was going to showcase for Kurt. If you don't mind, I've got some stuff. We're going to let that, Chris is not in school. No class. That's true. No class. It's true. I have no class. It is true. Last night, you saw me lament the fact that I was not able to get a decent, or finish the pieces for the 3PO, the tan 3PO. I did finish it, but give me a second. Let me... Oh, this is what I'm printing another one of these orange droids, these orange protocol droids now, because I kind of promised one to a barista who's been very friendly. They like taking my 3D prints, the ones that I'm like, I don't know how I feel about this one. I'll just drop it off. So here you go. Have one on me. Because, I mean, they'd just be sitting around collecting dust. But anyway, I got those two. I also got Volume 2 of The High Republic. This is, of course, a comic series. This is the IDW version of The High Republic. There, that's a better shot instead of my hand in front of my face. The only way I'm able to get into comics these days is specifically through this. Through the what do they call them? Volumes? The volumes. Also, okay, Dark Toy Lord. Guess what I found today? Now, I don't know if you collect the Hot Wheels. These are the character cars. But did I even find out if Kurt was even here? Was Kurt even here? My bad. Either way, did that. Got a Bo-Katan. She's new. And I don't remember having this Luke Skywalker Jedi. So I found it as well. Unfortunately, the cards are crunched. I don't know what happened there, which is a little annoying, but I'll be able to open these. So I'm not too concerned about that. Let me check something here before progressing. Pop over to the Discord server if you are so inclined. Pop into Cantina. Thank you so much, Kurt, Very appreciated. Thank you, Liz, for the shout-outs, and thank you, Fix'em Dude. And Krusty for generally being crusty. He's not crunchy, he's crusty. And then, last but not least, the new Boba Fett. This is the way. The new Boba Fett is definitely the way. Sorry if that's too tall. There we go. New Boba Fett, colored different. So those will be probably openers if I'm able to find duplicates. Oh, looks like I've got to assemble the next 3PO then and get the next print started. Also found... Bunny Kisses and Easter Wishes. Sith Lord Brit is definitely jealous. Bunny Kisses. Was I too tall in that? As long as it didn't get cut off. So I found this one. And the problem with these is that if you don't find the one, you may never get it. Like, these are not in... You're lucky to find one in a store, let alone two. It's for real. Like, so I got very lucky with this one. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find a second one. Found, this is... I had some successful thrifting today. This is it was a $2 Crayola tin. Originally came with crayons. Jedi's been, coloring and markering, so I figured, okay, I found a tin, $2. It's worth it. And then a bag of, the Funko Pop that come with the the Advent calendar pops, right? So this whole bag, $5. The Advent calendar Harry Potter pops, and I believe these Harry Potter pops she didn't have. So I'm going to go through and make sure she doesn't have duplicates. But now she basically got a second collection of Harry Potter pops for like $4 after discount. Now I'm gonna turn on chat for a second because an ad is about to start. By the way, an ad is about to start. You sent 2 of those tins this summer. Well, because they're nice, Liz. You can never have too many of these tins. Hey, Krellin64, they should make a protein powder that's called This Is the Way. Oh, they should. They do have a Mandalorian tea, though. They do. Can't have enough tins, because you never know. So, I've got a gift that came in courtesy of Boylan Pop. I can't believe he sent this to me. I can't wait to put this together. Boylan Pop sent... I probably should have... I should have pulled back. There is a Grogu tea, correct. Let me do this. Sorry, now that the drop is... I'll wait for y'all to drop, because I want to get a good shot, if only for Boylan Pop here. He sent this patch, this Cobra Commander patch, which is awesome. Something I did not have, and I'm going to put next to my Cobra Commander collection. Yes, I actually have a Cobra Commander collection. Focus on the Cobra Commander. If I liked Dave the Tentacle Attacker, Thimbleweed Park. See, I missed a lot of those games, Disc 105. And Fix'em Dude. But this is a Boylan Pop. He sent a couple stickers as well. Oh, don't worry about clearing it. Don't worry about queuing, Liz. I was patient. I can wait. Boylan Pop sent this Cobra Commander patch, but just you wait. Lego Battle Hang on, RC Maniac. Hang on. What is this? What's this? Oh, that's kind of fun. Okay. That's kind of interesting. I'll drag it to the desktop. We'll see. We'll take a look. I'm still paused because I've been doing a show. Just wait. Raid? Oh my god, hang on. Wait. Hang on. Wait. We've been raided? Are you serious? What's this? I've been raided? Wow! Look at everybody who's joining us here. Welcome, Raiders! Hi, I'm Chris Perillo. I love geeking out here every night at 6 p.m. Pacific, just chatting, so feel free to join the conversation. Follows are
free. Love to have you here. Welcome to my play shop. Welcome, Raiders
from Buana. Welcome. Are you Buanites? Is that Buana? What do you call your? What's the name for your community? You rated the wrong yes. Sorry, Buana, you can't undo it. The Muppet Me is just he's taken over. When we get rated, he likes making sure everyone feels welcome, one and all. Buana, what were you printing today? And don't say nothing. And what were you playing? Because you may have been playing something as well. Very happy to have you here. Oh God, fix him, dude. Oh, fix him, dude. I would like to apologize for the puns. Your minions have no name by design. See, I used to call people my nomies because I went by a locker gnome. Code 9, aka Code Neuf. Welcome or welcome back. I was just getting ready. Buana, you're gonna love this, or maybe you will, maybe you won't. I was just getting ready. Oh, you printed an articulated slug in Deadpool. I have yet to do an articulated dragon because Ian Douglas sent me the super long, big articulated dragon. It was incredible. So I haven't even had a chance. But you're gonna I cannot believe Boil and Pop is doing this. I don't know how it's gonna come together yet. But just wait. I hope Dark Toy Lord is still there as well. All you vintage Star Wars fans. If you're not... Okay, here's your ASMR for the day. Oh my God. Just wait. I gotta pull this out. There's the back. Can you see the back of it? Right? There's the front. Do you know where I'm going with this yet? Do you know where I'm headed? Do you know where I'm going? How about we flip over to... Oh, come on, really? Here I thought everything was going to go smooth as silk. It is huge. It is very huge, RC Maniac. It is Boba, correct? Let me make sure that... God, for some reason, sometimes when I go to launch that utility, it doesn't want to launch. Buana, if you're not already following Buana, I would wholeheartedly recommend the follow because he got sucked into the 3D printing community. Loyal interviewed him the other night. It was a good interview, the parts that I was able to catch, and I wish I was able to catch more. You know, anytime two people that I know are hanging out, doing things together, it's kind of fun to be a fly on that wall. So if you're not following Buana, here's the recommendation. And given that, I guess I'm going to have to wait because for some reason or another, the other thing doesn't want to launch, but I want to progress. I want to keep it moving. So, one arm. Now, I think I'm going to have to use... There we go. Hang on. Where is Dark Toy Lord? Where is he? I should have told him. I should have told him earlier. He may have popped out. Thank you for that shout out. Oh, you are still here. Okay. Because I would have been like, dude, Boil and Pop. He offered. He follows on this channel as well. But he offered to send this, or one of them. This is a gift. This is a Boil and Pop gift. For real. Just got a Vader bust and set my Mando Boba themed bookmarks going out to me tomorrow. What? Me? Okay, I'm not going to complain. We've got the leg. I may have to use Funtac. Check this. Check out the scale. This is all original resin painted and everything. So we've now completed this much of the Boba Fett. For real, Silver Sunbeam? That'd be appreciated. It is very kind of you. Like, incredibly. See, that's the thing. You know, eventually could I print one of my own, right? Could I print one of these on my own? It's possible. But to me, part of it is telling that story. So, like, Guana was talking about an articulated slug, and I think I saw him tweet about that the other day as well. And, you know, many people were doing the dragons, and I hadn't had a chance to get around to printing the dragon. And then Ian sent it, so now Ian is a part of my story. I said, oh yeah, this dragon from Ian. And Jedi loves the dragons. You never really know where they're going to be. They're everywhere. Give me a second, I'm going to use Fun Tack, I feel, to keep the pieces in place. But you know what? Wow. It's standing on its own. All right, 3D Jeff, thank you for hanging. As long as you did, very appreciated. By the way, it is not a rocket-firing jetpack, in case you're wondering. Huge thanks to Boil and Pop. Incredible. Like, I cannot believe he sent this. Like, I'm like, it's just, wow. Silver Sunbeam. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. You know, this is one of those things that Steve Sansweet would go nuts for. And, or one of those things that putting it, like, close to the entrance of the house, people my age will get it. It is resin, Krillin. I'm pretty sure it's resin. It may have been injection molded. I'm not sure I could tell you. I want to say it's resin because he even said he'd send the STL files. I'm like, well, I wouldn't be able to do much with them. Oh my God, there's even the little weapon. Oh my God, I'm freaking out right now. Or it's just sanded smooth. Well, my guess is he took great care of this. And I was always jealous, like, oh my God, that is so wild. And he sent now 2 customs. I'll have to pull over the other custom. He did a Darth Vader custom Cobra Commander. And then he actually had this project. He was building this project out, I want to say, on his Instagram. So it's incredible. Okay, so we got to get the other arm, because that's the arm that's going to hold the weapon. I'm assembling a vintage Kenner-styled... Oh, by the way, let me see these CO... No country of origin. All you vintage collectors. No country of origin. No COO. It's not a rocket-firing jetpack. And honestly, I'll be... that's the kid me that is just overjoyed with this. This is incredible. I am laughing on the inside. You can hear my inner monologue. Wow. Oh, wow. Hang on. Let's get that weapon in there again. Gotta be very careful. Okay, slide. There we go. It is big and fun. I will peel back the layers here in just a second. Did that fall on the... Where did it go? Apart from on the desk. Ah! Okay, hang on. I'm getting too excited here. Where did it... Oh, crap. Did it drop? Oh, there it is. It flew somewhere. Okay. You know, I don't know. I want to say it was resin printed. I want to say this is resin. I am going to have to use... Oh, man. Do you have the time to listen to me whine? You do. You obviously do. And thank you very much. Although right now I'm not really whining as much. You know, I'm not a huge fan, but here's one of those print multiple parts and assemble. I would not have been able to pull this off. I really... The skill required and the time required... I mean, the time I could have handled. But the skill required... to get this done. Let me get it staged and set. Thank you so much for the posture check. Let me flip over to a cleaner view and show you. This is Hang on. This is a boil and pop. This is a boil and pop Boba Fett. Articulated. Like articulated and everything. The if I can pull it over here, let's show you the back. There's the back. It's important. Wow, it's incredible. This is incredible. Like, just the level of detail on this thing. Wow. I mean, like, this is professional grade stuff, dude. Boil and pop. Professional grade stuff. Like, for real. Like, this guy is legit. Cine Up is in awe. Cine Up, I know you would also appreciate this. It's epic breaking Oz. Hey, Subsector 3D. Like, it's just, it's so big. So give me a second. I'm going to grab the vintage Boba. I'm going to do a side-by-side here. Give me a second. Sonny, this is like, I know everyone's going, oh, new phones. I'm like, no. I would take if you gave me a choice between a new iPhone and one of these, I'd choose this every time. Every time. Hey, Chris, do you want a new phone or this? I'll take this. And here's why. This will be perfect forever. That phone will be outdated in a year. This is it's beyond perfect. So let's see if I can get let's see here. I'm trying to get the perspective just right. Always got to go with Boba. This is the way. It is the way. This is definitely, so let me try to hold it back. Like, how can I'm trying to like hold it such that you can see like the scale, right? So it's not exactly like, oops, don't want to drop that. Give me a second. Try to stage the perfect shot. Here, so like, hang on, Kurt. Okay. This was thrifted. The small one, the small Boba Fett was thrifted. This was a gift. But see, now to me, the beauty is, and see, Travis, if you're still here, I don't know if you still are, but like, this is what I was trying to explain to you. Could I do something like this? Not in a million years, because this is like just the details are just too fine. It is printed, but now I've got the story to tell. I've got this piece that's a part of the collection. That's the story to tell. It's not just the Boba Fett, but someone's going to see this and go, oh my God, where did you get that? I'm like, it was made. It was made by a person who goes by Boil and Pop. And it's our, then I'll take it off and kind of articulate and say it's an articulated 5 POA Boba Fett figure. As far as I'm concerned, this is priceless. I mean, I would never, it was a gift, first of all, so I would never even consider selling it. But if someone were to say, oh, I'd offer you X, Y, and Z, I'm like, no, it's not going to happen. Like, this is just, it's priceless. And so I want to try to find a place for it that is, I've got to put, some, I use Fun Tack in the joints. It makes them a bit more, the joints a bit more solid. So, I feel like, could I do a lot of this stuff on my own? Yes. But the gifts that come with stories, I've got a story. I don't just have a collectible. I don't just have a piece of art. This work from Boil and Pop. Like, I have, like, I've got a story. And that to me that's as much a part of the collectible as anything. Cine Up notes, that's got to be one of the best Star Wars things I've seen in a long time. I hear you, man. Instead of offering you X, Y, and Z, how about 10K? Nope. K2 Design Lab. No. Seriously, you could offer me $10,000 for it right now, and I'd say no. Now, could you replicate it? Yes, but I don't have that skill. The person is named Boil and Pop, Boilin' Pop is his handle, at least, on Twitch and on Instagram and on Twitter. I couldn't tell you. I mean, he's not here right now. Darth Gallum says, I have a spot if you don't. Oh, I have a spot. I will make a spot. Hey, Troy. Good to see you.
Good to see ya.
Not popping boil. No, Krusty, we are definitely not going to pop boils. That's not going to happen. So can you believe that? This was the thing that I was so excited for. And I cannot wait to tag him on Twitter. Like, this is just... Wait, I should do that sooner rather than later so y'all can jump in. Like, this is just incredible. Incredible! Asgardian Wookiee. This original. It's beyond talent to me. So, yeah, okay. I'm going to... that may fall over. I need to get... It may fall over. It's about balancing. So I've got to get, like... I've got Fun Tack, right? And so I'll just put it in the joints. It gives them a little... It gives it a little more stiffness. Yeah, so this is... There you go. 10 out of 10. Totally. Thank you, the Chimera. By the way, shout out to the Chimera. Shout out. They're always gaming. And of course, the Chimera, you would know, right? That was a reference in relation to Thrawn, was it not? Legends, correct? The Chimera? Correct? So let me show you. I'm gonna go downstairs. I'm gonna get some Fun Tack, and I'm gonna get his joints put together. This is a gift. This Boba Fett behind me, not the small one, of course, was thrifted. And I have the vintage Star Wars. I actually have in my definitive collection. I even have my Boba Fett that I had growing up, like my Boba Fett that I traded for. Did they send you that rifle red rifle and what? Yeah! This is a gift. This was a gift sent by a person who goes by the name Boil and Pop. Boil and Pop. And it's an articulated figure. I dropped my phone. My phone dropped. His arm fell out. It's not funny. It's not funny. He's gonna fall again. I almost guarantee he's gonna fall again. I almost guarantee.
I've got the biggest balls of them all. Spilled
What?
my balls. My balls just spilled. Okay, I'm gonna eat my balls.
Who am I? I'm talking to chat. Who am I talking to? Talking to virtual people. I've got to make sure you don't have duplicates. I got those thrifting for... Yeah, but hang on. Those are the Harry Potters. And so I don't... Jedi, I don't know. I want to go through to make sure you don't have duplicates. Yeah, honey, I don't know. I don't know because I haven't laid out your other Harry Potters. If you want to lay out your Harry Potters... Because I don't want any duplicates. I just want singles. So if you want to lay out your other Harry Potters and do comparisons, that's fine. I know you don't. Those are all Harry Potters. They all stay with the Harry Potters. Okay, so if you want to lay out your Harry Potters... No. They're all Harry Potter. There's nothing for me to have. But I'm saying the duplicates, I just want to try to keep the singles. If you want to lay out your other Harry Potter pops, then you can go through them and check if you want. That's up to you. Okay, sorry, everybody. The print is done. It's been done. Hey, that Chimera. It's been an interesting night. No, I might. I gotta get the Fun Tack because someone, Boil and Pop, basically sent this Boba Fett figurine that I've got just off screen. Give me a second. I need to get the Fun Tack. Do you know where the Fun Tack is? Do you know what Fun Tack is? It's a white, the white sticky things. Yes. So the Chimera, I just put this together. Showcased a few of the things that I got, including the Volume 2 for the IDW High Adventures. Showed off what I printed last night, including the C-3PO.
You have the time to listen to
You
me
do.
whine.
I know you do.
You obviously do. And
Clearly.
Thank you very much.
Clearly.
Thank you for tuning in.
I do appreciate it. You have no idea how much I appreciate it. Y'all, the fact that y'all are still hanging with me. Like, I really genuinely do.
Almonds, folks!
My almonds? Do I have... I got a problem with almonds, don't I? It's not my fault. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. It's the almonds. I blame the almonds. But no, I'm not really crying. Thank you, Biggie Bob Official, for following. How have you been doing the Chimera? Just curious. You're having a blast? Awesome, the Ninjak. Careful, baby. Careful. Remember, banging around in here is not a good idea because things may fall. Yes, Horrid 7-2. We did talk about that, actually. We talked about that earlier. We did. It happened. Give me a second. What? What, honey? Can you open them? Yeah, but I want those to be basically opened in relation to the full set of Harry Potter. Is it? No, the other Harry Potter pop vinyl, lay them out. Lay them out so you can see them, and then lay out this other, and then just check to see if you have duplicates or not. You know what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay, honey. Again, I want to make sure that we don't have duplicates in there. Yeah, so if there are duplicates, I don't want to mix the duplicates in with the other set. Okay, Jed, I understand. But I need you to lay out the other set. Lay out the first set that we have. Okay, but lay them out so you can see all of them. Thank you. Okay, good, but you got to go through them all. Lay out the first set first. Then lay out the second set to compare against the first. Teaching how to dedupe. You're enjoying the SWTOR life. Yes, the Chimera. I've threatened to play SWTOR. I just haven't done it yet. Do the original set first. Lay out the original set first. Jedi, lay out the original set first. No, don't just spill them onto the floor. Like, set them, like, 5 by 5. 5 by 5. There we go. Take a more organized approach to this. Where does Sith buy their clothes? At the Darth Mall. Please do it. Come play and stay. You know, stay alive is...
that does happen every once in a while. That can't be good.
It isn't. When you try to go through and dedupe your collection. I've threatened to do it. The Chimera, but it's every time I watch y'all, it's like you and Stay and Sith Lord Brit and Victorious, like, it's just so, I mean, it looks awesome because it's Star Wars, but it just looks so incredibly, like, intricate that I'm not sure I have the wherewithal to pull it off. What? Yeah, like that. Now look at the new set. And look at one and say, oh, I don't have this one, and then you put it in that you put it with the old set. You see what I'm saying? Okay, then you put it with the old set, because that becomes your definitive set. Well, there you go. If he's got a different outfit, it's a variant. There is so much. Chimera, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm so worried. I'm so concerned about that. Because there's so much to learn. I can't even begin. I know y'all would be there to help me. I appreciate that, and I would turn to you. Chimera, I would. I absolutely would. Thank you, John. I do appreciate you picking up the fact that I am laying down words that are longer than 5 letters. Because, you know, we don't just do Wordle around here. Stories are incredible. You know, I'm all about if anything, the cutscenes. The cutscenes would get me. The cutscenes would absolutely get me. And I hadn't even watched the full cutscene that was released with a drop the other day. And I watched part of it on mute. I'm like, wow, this looks great. That's the kind of Star Wars I would love, but I just don't, the gaming thing doesn't necessarily doesn't necessarily resonate with me because the only kind of Star Wars games that I played were like the Atari 2600 Star Wars games. These are dupes? Are you sure? Like they're exactly the same? Okay. Okay, great. So these are all, you have the Harry Potter with the flannel. This almost looks like me. The Harry Potter with the flannel when I'm wearing my flannel, does it not? Does kind of look like me, no? Yeah, it kind of does. A Weasley, Draco Malfoy, and a Hermione. Casual Hermione. Okay, so the rest is yours, honey. I got those for you. Thrifted them for $5. Harry Perillo. It was cheap. It was very cheap. But look at this. Look at this. This is what I need for the fun tack. It's a bigger version of this figure. Someone made this. He made this and he sent this to us.
It's like you look far away.
Yeah, because it's bigger. It's bigger. It was 3D printed and modeled and modified. It's breathtaking, honestly. I mean, it's just... Now, see, Chimera, as much as you're into the Old Republic, I mean, I love the collectibles. Collectibles are my jam. Subsector 3D, totally agree. It is nice. Hey, Corey, good to see ya. Welcome back to the Play Shop. What beer do I normally drink? Well, it depends. This is an Imperial IPA. Coda 120 sitting here sanding the crotch of the Charmander I just printed and I'm wondering why this is bringing me so much joy and also...
All troopers, may I have your attention? All troopers, may I have your attention, please? Thank you. I love attention.
I'm glad you do. Yes, Jedi, did you need something? She's going for my headphones there. You bet real life is even more amazing? It is. The same. I love collectibles. It's such a vast world. The Chimera, you bring up a SOTOR. I got it. Yeah, that was gonna happen. That's why I need the fun tack. I need to get those joints together. Can you get the fun tack? Do you know where the fun tack is? I need to get the fun tack so I can put Boba Fett back together. I got a cube, a SOTOR cube. And it came with a Darth Malgus bust, and I picked it up, and I was expecting, I was like, oh, maybe I'll flip it. I don't know, because I'm like I was never into SOTOR, but I have the collector's edition. I got it thrifting for like too much, I'm sure. No, but I didn't want. Okay, you love it. You have it too.
It's like you have to build it.
Okay, so you build it. You build the Boba Fett. Build the Boba Fett. All right, here comes Jedi. Jedi's going to build the Boba Fett. I'm going to get this print off the plate. Here we go. We're just... The family that builds together, smilds together. I don't know what smilled is. That's a word I'm making up, I guess. So, yeah, I have that. I have the bust. I have the Darth Malgus 5 POA figure. I'm sure it's just a matter of time before it becomes a Black Series figure. Problem with this orange filament is it gets everywhere. All right, did you get it? All right, we have assembled a Boba Fett. The Boba Fett is assembled. You've heard of the Book of Boba Fett. This is the big. This is the Encyclopedia Boba Fett. It's the big Book of Boba Fett there. The big Book of Boba Fett. So I hope everybody's evening is doing as well, or you are doing as well as we are. As I'm stretching, I think I showed everything I needed to show tonight. Jedi's got to be careful stepping around here, especially during the stream. The Gulliver's Travels Boba Fett edition. Yes, it's pretty much what it is. That looks like that vintage toy. Oh, well, I wouldn't say it's super rare. The super rare variant would be the rocket firing jet. the rocket firing jetpack. And I've seen those. I've seen the J slot. I think it's the L slot. This is just it's more. This one's modeled more like the vintage Kenner figure. Modeled like this one. Oh, the colors. So I've got to get the fun tack so it'll stick together. But someone modeled that. This is a gift from someone known as Boyle and Pop. Yes? Oh. Boyle and Pop basically made that, and I was jealous. And then he said he offered. He sent it to me as a gift. I didn't even ask for it. I'm like, he asked to say, hey, would you want to, print something like this out? I'm like, yeah, it'd be great, but I really don't have resin. I'm not someone who models things. And he said, well, I can send it to you. I'm like, oh my God, really? Really? And he did. It's incredible. It's not even, dude, it is so well done. This Boba Fett is so well done, the Chimera. Like, it's... When I get the fun tack in there, I've got to figure out... I think I know where it's going to stand. I've got a whole bunch of vintage vehicles. Not a complete collection of vintage vehicles. I have the complete... Chimera, I think you knew this. I've got a complete collection. I've got everything around here in the play shop. But, I've got a collection of all sorts of stuff in here. It may not be very bright, but let me bring it up a bit. There are my vintage figures up in the baseball bat cases. More Darth Vader stuff over there. Other collectibles here. A dancing daughter. Yeah, the dancing daughter. I've got the vintage vehicles are currently downstairs. And what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to put this Boba Fett in and among them, because it's representative of vintage, and it would be one of those pieces that people would see and go, oh my God, where did you get this? Oh my God, I remember that Boba Fett. Oh my God, I had that Boba Fett. And then it's a part of the story. So I like the collectibles that aren't just off the shelf, but specifically the collectibles that have a story to them, Speaking of story, I'm going to go to the next chapter and get my next Vader going, because the C-3PO needs to be assembled, and we'll do that in just a second. See, Chimera, I knew we would get along swimmingly. I've got to figure, I have to figure out, where do I start? Where do I even start with Star Wars The Old Republic? Where do I even start? Amish Ace? Shout out to the Amish Ace. The Amish Ace. Amish Ace, look at this. I'm going to be talking about this. See this you see this Boba Fett? You probably know of this Boba Fett, right? You know this one. At the beginning, I can't even begin at the beginning. I'd say look at the classes and see which looks like the absolute coolest to you. I'd say Sith. I'd probably be all about the Sith. That's the vintage figure. Amish Ace. But Amish Ace. This is tricky to do. No, I need the fun tack, honey. Boil and Pop, basically... Oh, it's... Yeah! Woo! Uh-huh. Huh? It's in the tape drawer, I think, downstairs. Anyway, so... These need to be adhered. I don't think it's that funny. Because it's falling apart, it's that funny? Is that it's that funny because it's falling apart? Anyway, Boil and Pop Amish Ace built this, printed it, painted it, and he had it. He did it for himself, assumedly, but he basically sent this to me as a gift.
That does happen every once in a while. That can't be good.
It's amazing. When the arms fall off of your action figure, not good. So I've got to get it ready to be display worthy. Don't really want to move it around a lot right now because otherwise it's just going to keep falling. Oh, what? She wants me to get up. Yeah, but I'm currently chatting. Yeah, I hear you, but but right now I get it, but I'm currently doing it. That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Timing's off. So, the laughter of envy. Is that the laughter? Is it uncomfortable silence laughter? Not really silence, is it? I've got this droid to assemble now. Oh! And, I gotta get I have to get the Vader going, don't I? I said I was going to get the Vader going. And that's the next thing I need to export. Okay, I'm looking here. Pretty sure that's what I needed to do. Because I needed to get this bright orange Vader going. Really? Just when I thought I had it properly exported. There we go. Okay, now it should be exporting. Never really know what's going to happen around here. You never really know what's going to show up. But then you start freaking out because you've got this giant Boba Fett vintage figure. One of a kind. What the hell? No, what the hell?
You don't know the power of the Perillo side of the Force.
No, you
It's
do not.
so much dark as it is weird.
It is very weird.
Like, it really gets weird in here. So weird.
So weird in here. It's not even fun. It is kind of funny. Hey, Teflon Ball. Glad to have you here chatting and being interactive. Hey, Jedi, I'm about to hit... Thank you. I'm about to hit the restroom, though. So I may need help. Can you... With Mommy standing right there and supervising, will you be able to host briefly? Will you be able to do that? Thank you. Chimeri asks, any collectibles excited here in the future? You know, I'm a vintage guy. I'm very excited for the next retro collection waves. In fact, today it was announced, even though I have the the vintage Dengar and IG-88, I'm happy to see that they're re-releasing them. I kind of wish they would do more unique figures from the retro waves. That would be the style, the 5 POA styled figures. But, you know, we already had vintage Dengar and vintage IG-88. I want vintage style, aka retro style figures that we never saw before. So that I like the retro waves when they're unique. So there's a new set of Mandalorian retro figures, 5 POA figures that are coming down the pike. I'm looking forward to those. In terms of any other collectibles, I love the figures. Oh, Jedi's counting the Funko Pop Advent Calendar Harry Potters. I'm trying to think. You know, here's the problem. I tell you what, Chimeri, the issue I have is there's so many pre-orders, I've lost track. There are new, Bandai Namco, I want to say, is doing a series of the Star Wars Visions figures. I'm looking forward to those. Because I enjoyed Star Wars Visions, so they'd be the only anime figures that I would have in my collection, so I am looking forward to those. I don't have a lot of those types of figures. The SH Figuarts style figures, because I mean they're nice, but they tend to be a bit pricey, so I wouldn't necessarily chase them. Maybe once or twice, onesie twosie stuff, but beyond that, not so much. So there's so many things that get released over the course of the year. I always like the seasonal stuff. So I was showing right now at the certain stores, they've got like the seasonal like Easter Star Wars stuff. This is kind of fun to find. So this is a collectible, but it's fun to find. It's useful. It's functional, fun and functional. That we'll be able to have on hand, or shall I say, on hand towel. New toy box figure on Shop Disney. Is it the Shadow Trooper? The Shadow Trooper with the astromech? If so, I've seen it. I have seen that. Okay, Jedi. Jedi? I figure she was right here. Alright. Mommy's gonna have to watch. Do you have the time to listen to me whine? You obviously do, and thank you very much. Thank you for tuning in. Alright, I gotta run to the restroom. Diana's gonna be watching Jedi. Hang on. There you go.
All troopers, may I have your attention? All troopers, may I have your attention, please? Thank you. I love attention.
Almonds, folks!
Wow! Look at everybody who's joining us here. Welcome, Raiders! Hi, I'm Chris Perillo. I love geeking out here every night at 6 p.m. Pacific, just chatting, so feel free to join the conversation. Follows are free.
Everybody dance now!
Welcome to my play shop. Welcome, Raiders! Yeah! That's my impression of chat right now.
With them. You gotta read what they're saying.
I can't.
Well, you can learn. Part of it is interacting, honey. You gotta interact with them. You gotta know what they're saying. You gotta respond to them. Just takes time. Takes practice.
There.
Like what?
Here.
Oh, you can hear. Yeah, you can hear the sound effects in there. Yeah. All right, we're good.
Oh God, why?
Tell you what, there's no easier way of teaching a child how to read than to keep up with Twitch chat. That'll do it. Thank you for the supervision. Sound it out, Jedi. I'm telling you, just it's practice.
That's the same thing today, no respect.
All right. I want to fun tack this stuff. It is a trial by fire, El Taco Meat. No doubt about that. I need to move the microphone because I need to put the... You believe she considered us all boomers and I accept that? What? Did we get a raid? I assume we got the raid... We welcomed the raiders? Yes? I'm sorry I missed her. Oh, El Taco Meat raided. I'm sorry I missed it. I don't know what she was doing. Oh, thank you. I'm glad at least the Muppet Me was able to raid. I had to hit the restroom. By the way, El Taco Meat, let me ask, what era did you grow up in, El Taco Meat? Like, I grew up in the vintage era, right? The old Star Wars era. Sorry, I moved my microphone, and the reason why is because I've got a print to assemble here in a second. But that's a collectible someone sent me. They printed a Boba Fett. You grew up in the 90s, 2000. Oh, you are young. You are a child, El Taco Meat. You're not vintage like me. I'm vintage. I'm very vintage. You're 31? Oh my god. Dude, I have underwear older than you. And yeah, I hold on to my underwear that long. Who does not? Who among us? Mr. Neo Trip notes, vintage is a nice way of calling ourselves old. Oh, it's true. Ninjak remembers 30. I don't remember 31. How did you remember 31? Mystery Goat and I are saying, just a baby. Gross. The Chimera, high five to El Taco Meat. Oh, come on. And by the way, did we get a shout out to El Taco Meat? He was geeking out earlier tonight, and I had a chance to catch his stream as well. You know, I do catch, when you're on my radar, I do catch a lot of people. It's just that I never really have a chance to kind of jump in because I may not know what you're doing, right? I may not know what's going on. Especially if you're playing a game like I get it, but I don't get it. I feel that sometimes I lurk more than I'm chatting. Because as soon as I chat, like I feel I don't intentionally suck the air out of the room. But it does happen. And I don't mean it. Oh, Airwolf 28. 222, 22, 22, 22. It's all about the twos. It's all about the twos, baby. All right. So anyway, you would not understand, El Taco Meat, the power of the vintage Star Wars stuff. Maybe you do. You're on the cusp, though. 90s, 2000s, y'all were like Power of the Force stuff. Different. Ooh, the Chimera says you maybe want to go look for figures. Ooh, the Chimera. Ooh, yes. Do it. Hang on, the Chimera. Now you're making me want to do something else. You're making me want to do something else anyway. Because I gotta flip views. Give me a second. Let me do this. So I've got this, I've got to put together this figure, but, taking off my headset, I'm going to pick up this other camera, which honestly wasn't showing much. And I'm going to show you. Is a bin of all modern Star Wars figures, because you're not quite vintage. You're modern. It's quite all right. I like collecting vintage stuff as much as I do modern. Give me a second here. Hopefully that's adjusted. Boy, that's pretty low, isn't it? I'm gonna have to readjust that. Oh my Lanta. Are you a fan of Wreck-It Ralph as well? The Ninjak says, remember buying a bunch of Clone Wars figures, donating them all away. No! Oh man! Oh, I would have taken them. Oh, the Clone Wars figures. Great era. Krusty says, vintage is just a polite way to call him a boomer. I'm not a boomer! I'm not a boomer. Power of the Force was what I remember growing up. Yeah, but Chimera, that was like the absolute worst. The good news is, if you're into it, Like, you can find a ton of Power of the Force figures because they don't sell as well. El Taco Meat, seen every movie, watched every spinoff, read several books, collected many figures, Lego, etc. Nice. I think my best childhood memories, Haunting Carbonite figure set, and I used to actually freeze them in the freezer with water. Well, there you go.
The Chimeri just subscribed.
Oh my goodness, the Chimeri. Come in here often, man. It's every day. It's Star Wars stuff. Not a lot of gaming. I do retro stuff. I'm trying to work in.
Thank you for subscribing. I knew you could do it.
I am trying to work in a good retro game on Sunday. I'm trying to do a good Lego set on Saturday. So I'm trying to be more well-rounded. Of course, 3D printing every day. Star Wars every day. And 3D printing Star Wars every day. Oop. We'll see if this turns out well. Now your HasLab Razor Crest is not going anywhere. Even though I could easily get a bunch of money for it. Yeah, I know, dude. They're going for insane amounts. By the way, I found a good deal. Thank you for bringing that up. Because I found a good deal on the Carbonite figures for the Razor Crest. And I took advantage of the deal. So I've got the Carbonite figure set from the Razor Crest coming soon. Yeah, I cannot wait. So I don't have to worry about opening the Razor Crest, the Ninjak, to get the thing that I wanted most, those figures. The Chimeri says, I love it here, just love Star Wars, don't get me wrong, SWTOR has been the best thing to ever happen. Hey, you know, here's the thing, Chimeri. There is no wrong way to be a fan. No wrong way at all. You're good. And that's the cool thing, because the way that you choose to fan, I love it. It may not be my way, but it's your way, and you're a fan that way, right? So now here's the cool thing. So I get a chance to be exposed to another part of the fandom. And as much as I love commiserating with other people like doing the things that I like, inevitably, that's not the only feed that I want. I want to know what else I might be missing. So the Chimeri, so don't assume, I don't think you're assuming, but like, don't think that I'm looking down on you or anybody or like assuming. Okay, I'm just making sure because like I did not grow up with the Star Wars comics. Some people did. I grew up with some Star Wars books, not as much as others, right? But there's no wrong way to be that fan, right? So yeah, I just want to be very clear about that because I may not understand everything about how you fan, and if you found that that's your aspect of the fandom, that's great. For me, it's always kind of been tied to imagination and the collectibles because that's what I grew up with. That's what we had, you know. You love it all. Feed me Star Wars. That's exactly what I think. I say the same thing. Like, there's nothing wrong with my feed if it's full of Star Wars. Any of my social feeds, like just Star Wars. Star Wars, all the things. Please, thank you. Thank you. Not saying Star Wars is universal, but it's the thing that I appreciate most. It's the thing, and people have asked, like, why do you like Star Wars so much? I'm like, why do you, like, you used to talk about this, that, and the other thing. I'm like, you know what? Star Wars is the one thing that, in being an almost 50-year-old dude, because I'm that old, I'm vintage, Star Wars is the one thing that didn't upset me. One thing that didn't tick me off. Well, a Jar Jar bedroom set would be the wrong way to fan. No, if you like Jar Jar. If you hated Star Wars, that would be a wrong way to fan. It would, because then you wouldn't be a fan if you hated Star Wars. You couldn't be. Hey, thank you, Soul Bomb. Thank you for the follow. If you are more of a fan of The Expanse, hey, more power to you. I am not. I'm the opposite of an Expanse fan. I'm a hater of The Expanse. The Chimeri says, yeah, I had so many figures growing up playing with them. Dude, the Chimeri, go get more. I'm not joking. I am not joking. Go find them. Go thrifting. Go onto eBay. Grab them. You will not be disappointed. You won't, because those are the things you grew up on. And here's the thing. Because of your era, they probably won't run you that much. Give me Star Wars, Star Trek, Buck Rogers, Spaceballs. Exactly. Now, speaking of Spaceballs, Spaceballs, the bootleg. Darth Jar Jar is your headcanon. Stone Monkey Research, you're probably not too far from the truth. There's probably no story behind that dark helmet, apart from I bought it from someone who made it. May the Schwartz be with you. Adorable. Oh, we got an Aziz Light. I'm a fan of Star Trek, too. I like Star Trek. See, that's the thing. People say, oh, how do you like that? I'm like, dude, one is fantasy, one's sci-fi. And even then, I'm like, what nerd do you know of out there on this planet, the not Tatooine, who only likes that one thing and that one thing alone? Like, I could not exist on Star Wars alone. Now, in terms of collecting, it's a different story. Smoke if you got him. Not even Lucas himself couldn't convince me Darth Jar Jar wasn't the plan. Dude, I've seen enough conspiracy theory videos to subscribe to that theory. It's true. Purple and blue. All right, give me a second here, Joshua. Thank you. Star Trek 2 was the best Star Trek movie. I don't disagree. Now, I like Star Trek Discovery as far as the shows are concerned. The not Star Trek movies? What would you call them? Would you say purple and blue? Hang on. There's your purple and blue. Discovery's El Taco Meat's favorite as well. I'm telling you, Discovery is great. The Ninjak says, only thing I disliked in Star Wars was Lucas later messing with Han shooting Greedo first. See, that didn't bother me as much as other people, but, you know, in hindsight, I feel that Han's character arc was bolstered by him shooting first. So I think it was a mistake. Because, you know, the redemption that happens at the end of A New Hope wouldn't make as much sense, you know? How does the community feel about Doctor Who? I'm not going to say I'm a Whovian. Tennant was my doctor. I did watch Smith's arc. Kind of fell away during Capaldi. So, I'll be honest. As much as, you know, it was fun, it wasn't my fandom. So, I fell away pretty easily. And I probably could and or should pick it up, you know, if I hit a lull with other entertainment options, other modern day entertainment options, I might pick it up again. Hated Trek as a kid, but grew into it. I was able to get into the more complex pseudo-politics that the show revolved around. Dude, that is the best. Soul Bomb, you've just hit upon why I enjoy Star Trek, right? The political issues. I mean, there are political issues within Star Wars, but one is fantasy and one is sci-fi. I never got into, despite my dad watching Star Trek, even back then, even in the 80s, I thought Star Trek, the show was, it was campy. It was too campy for me. And it's probably one of the reasons why Buck Rogers was cool, but it wasn't something, or even Battlestar Galactica, it was just not something that I necessarily had to watch every week. Absolutely. It wasn't, it didn't trip my trigger. It was too campy, which is fun in certain respects, but it didn't resonate with me. That's your buddy Saul? Nice! Nice. Capaldi's was hard, especially with Clara getting more annoying with her boyfriend. Oh boy, I didn't even know Clara came back. Capaldi's later episodes were good. I haven't picked him up again. I haven't. I have printed stuff from Indiana Jones, yes. Do I think a Star Wars Star Trek crossover could work? Probably not. One is in the future and one is in a galaxy far, far away. So it'd probably be like just fanfic and a bit too much for me. There was an Indiana Jones Star Wars crossover. There was a comic that was produced where Han Solo traveled to Earth and then was killed, and then his remains were exhumed by Indiana Jones, which is just kind of funny. I don't know, it's kind of... they're silly. I don't mind it. I don't mind the mental exercise, but it's not something I'm clamoring for either. I could be the only one. You could see a Spaceball Star Wars crossover? Well, then you've seen it all, Krusty. You have seen it all. Oops. Keep knocking that mic. Hang on. Ooh. See, this is the problem. The sub goal is dropping. Oof. Oofda. 636 is 660. We must have had a really good day a month ago. This is why I'm saying, like, I even cut it back today. I'm like, all right, let's scale it back. And then it dropped further. Yikes. Well, we'll have to adjust it further tomorrow. I don't think we're making our sub goal today, people. Probably not going to happen today. Picard and Xavier notice a certain resemblance. Oh, hey, Stephen Poole. Shout out to Stephen Poole. I am assembling another orange droid. Defiant versus Falcon. I'd give it to the Falcon. Sorry. I'm gonna say it. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Excelsior versus Star Destroyer. So Soul Bomb, you apparently come in as a living vicariously. You come in through another community, yeah? Soul Bomb, welcome. You never really know what's going to happen here, apart from me probably talking about Star Wars, geeking out about that. 3D printing. And Star Wars. And 3D printing Star Wars. I'm even printing tonight. What I'm printing is the Vader figurine. It just doesn't want to really go on there, does it? Okay, there we go. Chris Perillo streams are madness-inducing. They are. Darn right. Ah! Chippendale Rescue Rangers. I never really watched in the afternoon. I know they existed. This is Sparta.
Everybody dance now.
Music you can't help but bop to. El Taco Meat, thank you for gifting a sub.
El Taco Meat gifted Soul
Thank
Bomb a
you for
subscription.
subscribing.
El Taco
I knew
Meat gifted
you
a
could
tier
do
1
it.
sub to Soul Bomb. This is their first gift sub in the channel.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm glad you've brought someone over to the dark side. And the one person, like, okay, now I know, you know, I don't smack talk a lot, but the one person you got to watch out for here on Twitch, is It's the Jang. Because this is the reason why. And he, you know, if he ever heard me say this, he'd worry. But the reason why you never want to cross It's the Jang or ever follow him on Twitch is because he will get you addicted to Lego bricks. He will get you thinking that Lego bricks are the most awesome thing in the world. And you know, they may very well be. Why didn't you tell me he was here? He was behind me the whole time. You didn't say anything. Why didn't you say anything? How dare you, sir? It's the Jang. Hopefully not annoyed by my audio. Everyone's annoyed by my audio, let's face it. But in terms of quality, I mitigated a fair amount here.
All troopers, may I have your attention? All troopers, may I have your attention, please? Thank you. I love attention.
I was visiting It's the Jang's stream earlier, and first of all, his quotient of Lego bricks to praying mantises is way too high. Second, he has a trigger with my, like, an animation of me pops up. For real. You're amused that Chris read Chaos Perillo as Chris Perillo. Oh, I did? God. Because I am Chaos, that's why. The Mike Saga, I didn't give up on it, but no one's really complained. So I can't complain too loudly. I feel I've adjusted it as far as I could. I mitigated the vibration from the printer, so I'm good. Dang it. I missed a whole Space Star Wars Trek convo. I was on the phone. Oh, dude, Silver Sun, you missed it. It happened. Okay, hang on. So, Jang, this is a gift that came to me from another modeler in the greater community. This is a Boba Fett. It articulates, right? The joints are loose, but it's modeled like the vintage Boba Fett. Is this not incredible? Like, I mean, every part of it is just absolutely incredible. I've got to fun tack its joints. I'm taking off some of these pieces here, like all the way down to the weapon. Like it's if it's not injection molded, it is definitely resin. So yeah, I'm gonna have to fun tack the joints. I'm not sure if this is gonna go back together okay. Yeah. So I took out some of the glue. And now I'm gonna return it. I have to fun tack its joints. But anyway, yeah, Jang, it is amazing. That's right, you come here every evening to watch me play with dolls and light things on fire. Fire! 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 They're gonna light things on fire! Okay, everyone, stop breathing, please. I need everyone to stop breathing, please. Por favor. Thank you. In there. Okay. It's the only way to get the hand in that piece there. Ow! Fire! Good! They're not dolls, they're action figures. I totally agree. Well, whatever you call them. I'm doing another orange, traffic cone orange protocol droid. Napster! Oh my god, that takes me back, Jang. I remember that video. Oh my god, I remember that video. Napster! Bad! Wasn't that supposed to be James Hetfield? It was a parody video, was it not? I remember that. Oh my god, I remember that. That's weird. It's weird that I remember that, but I remember that. Napster! Because Lars Ulrich was all like, yeah, you don't want this and that. I don't think that was spot on. Oh, I guess it was. Okay, cool. Got the hands connected. The hand bones connected to the print bone. The print bones connected. So we've got quite a few streamers here tonight. It's the Jang is a Lego brick streamer. He also knows a thing or two about production. And he's sitting there laughing to himself like, oh, Chris sucks at production. I'm the best. No, he probably wouldn't say that. But he probably says that about his mocks. How'd your, you were doing an MOC, a mock, my own creation tonight on your stream? It looked like, and I'm talking specifically about Jang, it looked like it was some kind of an office of sorts. It looked fantastic at a distance. Probably up close, too. You missed Napster and LimeWire. See, I never got into them. Never did them. By the way, I finally got around to watching Snyder Cut, officially calling for reinstatement of the Snyderverse. It was too long for me. I'd already seen the movie the first time, so by the time I got to the Snyder Cut, I was like, yeah, no, this is too much. Slow progress is slow, but progress. 5-story police station. Wow. Holy cow, dude. Like, I'm like one of those guys like, hey, this thing's got 300 pieces. That's going to be a big set. That's me. All right, so we have a, we have C-3PO. We have two protocol droids. You are a protocol droid, are you not? I promised a protocol droid one of these because where I've picked up espresso recently, someone dropped off like a 3D printed benchy is what they call them. And I'm like, oh, you know, I didn't know you had 3D printing people here. And they gave me the story, and then I brought in like a protocol droid print that I wasn't thrilled with, and I figured I could do better with. And then one of the baristas was like, oh man, that'd be great. I said, all right, well, what color would you want? And they said orange. I'm like, all right. Because the cool thing is when I went in there the other day, one of the dudes said, all right, you know, like, it's okay, this one's on us. I'm like, what? So I got a free espresso. So I felt like I owed them something. I felt I owed them a print. All right, so I got those done. Okay, so I'm moving the mic in a very non-professional fashion. Very unprofessional. No one comes here for my professionalism. No one. No one. Actually, I probably could have put the pieces together. You say you saw the movie the first time, but considering it was a completely different movie, it seems impossible. Wait, which one? Did you read the quote from Elon Musk about Pirate Bay coming back because people are fed up with the streaming sites these days? I think that's incredibly short-sighted. I'm not fed up. I mean, I think the streaming sites should be better, but I'm all about, like, hey, if I enjoy watching this stuff, I'm happy to pay for it. Jang says, you're like 300 pieces, so $292, go to Jedi, and I take you the minifigures. Yes, exactly. It's the Jang. That's exactly it. That's precisely it. Amish Ace is sitting there Thank you. Was wondering how long that was going to last. Thank you for the cheer, Kevin Will Die, as well as Dandrak and Pez Liz.
Dandrak 24 cheer Dex 100.
I did not want to finish the sentence, Amish Ace. We finish each other's sandwiches. Lano, you pay for all the different platforms, and that gets just as pricey as cable packages. Yeah, but Soulbomb, here's the thing. If you're enjoying what you've got, like, to me, it's all about, like, getting your money's worth. So I'm willing to spend $10 a month if we're watching the streaming services. Like, and the thing is that Jedi watches a handful of shows in some of these services. Diana mostly sticks to, like, the murder stuff that I think is largely on YouTube. She may have watched a few other things, but where I feel like I'm not just throwing money away by just having it go to waste. I'm not a big believer in that. So I'd rather spend $10 to get the content that I would enjoy in the times that I will enjoy them than otherwise. And there are times... Well, yeah, exactly. Diana is studying. She is. Hey, Lone Mountain Knife Company. There's another person to follow here on Twitch, if you are not already following. Lone Mountain Knife Company is crafting knives. I was serious, Lone Mountain Knife Company. My daughter, Jedi, who you may have seen, she is interested in... She wants to get the Sith knife from the Rise of Skywalker. Now I'm like, dude, like, a real knife would be really friggin' sharp. But it's not available. They don't make the toy for that knife. You fully support arming children. Well, I'm not gonna go that far. I'm not a supporter of that. I'm gonna drag the Boba Fett over here and get these joints a little firmed up. Gonna firm up the joints. The Purge Pediatric Edition. See, that's the thing, is like, I you know, it would be a nice collectible. A bull! Yeah! Woo! This is where I have to figure out how to get this Funtack so skinny so that things stick. Yeah, Stone Monkey Research. Chris uses his lightsaber to disarm children. Whoa! 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 Okay, there's that one. I'm getting the joints in here a little more firmed up. Oop! Hey, Ethan's dad 3D. Good to see you again. Rated you last night. Hope that went well. Hope you're able to entertain everybody, because that's what Twitch is all about. Entertaining. I will show you what it is I'm trying to put together as soon as I get it put together, because I'm not sure I'm going to be able to easily put it together at any other angle. I've got a vintage style Boba Fett figure. Oh, Loyal Moses also rated. Awesome. Loyal was going, must have been going late. Told Loyal today about the, I saw a Daft Punk had a concert that they ran on Twitch. There was also an announcement today, Twitchcon. I'm not sure I'm Twitchconning. Do I need a hand? Oh, let me give you a hand. Oh no. Okay, that's the leg. It's okay. In my days, we used super glue. No. I'm not going to use super glue. Super glue would be too much. I want to be able to articulate here, but not to have the arms and legs and hands and heads fall off and out. How's Loyal Moses today? He seems to be okay. I tweeted him. I found the Scout Trooper Lego helmet on sale. Currently on sale on Jang and Amish are probably interested if they didn't already have them. But I found it on sale on Amazon today. I hadn't picked it up. Did not pick it up. Oh, great. What am I... Give me a second. Give me a second. I gotta manage this here. I don't know if half this stuff's gonna stick, but give me a second. There we go. There's your refresh, Krusty.
Napster bad!
So, I never got into Napster, so it probably wouldn't be that funny over time. But who was bringing that up? Who was bringing up Napster bad? Who brought that up? Who brought up Napster bad tonight? Was it Jang?
I've got the biggest balls of them all.
I do have big balls.
Spilled my balls.
I spill them everywhere. They drop
Gonna eat my
too.
balls.
Gotta eat your balls when they drop. Those puffy, vegan, yummy, snacky balls.
Almonds, folks.
Of course I'm talking about the almonds. What kind of nuts did you think I was talking about? I guess nuts aren't balls. All right. We've got the Fun Tack working for the arms. Loyal was wearing a Napster shirt the other night. Oh, really? Was he? Bring the Amiga back. Oh, Brother Bill, I expect you to lead that and champion that cause. Do it. I expect you're going to do it. Those animated Napster videos for Metallica. Well, they weren't with Metallica. I think they were more making fun of Metallica. I don't think Metallica was in on the joke. If I remember. Like I said, it's been a hot minute, but I do remember that. Napster, bad! Which was a total send-up of Phil Hartman's character as Frankenstein, I believe, on Saturday Night Live. Fire, bad! All right, we've got leg. We have leg! Oh, thank you, Krusty, for the link. People stopped attacking their fans after that. Did they? I can't remember. They have an amazing stream. Wait, who's that? Who's that? The Camary. Who does? 2007. Really? Was it? God, it seems like a lifetime ago. God, it seems like a lifetime ago. So many things have changed over the years. He's got legs. He knows how to use them. Seriously. What is up with my legs? Why?
Silver Sunbeam just gifted 1 sub.
Why do I have an owie leg? Silver, like, can you see my owie? Why? How did this owie get here? Ignore my whiteness, but like, how did I get this owie? Everyone, no one can tell. Don't you hate, like, you reach a certain age? Ow, god dang it. That's how I do it, because I knock my knees. Hang on, let me see here. If I bet you anything, I can line up the owie with this. Oh, yeah, that I guarantee I know what it is. It was the shelf in front of me. I banged it on the shelf. It's like lines, like, almost perfectly. Perfectly. And here's the thing. You reach... Oh, by the way, Silver Sunbeam, thank you for the sub. We are so far off from tonight's sub goal. I don't think we're gonna. I'm gonna have to adjust the sub goal for tomorrow. Like, there's no chance in hell it's happening tonight. But thank you so much for that. Oh, Liz, you're so kind.
_Ace_ a subscription. Liz gifted a tier 1 sub to Amish_Ace_.
What's his
They
handle?
have given 235 gift subs in
Is
the
it
channel.
underscore is his handle? Thank you, Silver Sunbeam, for the cheer.
Cheered X100.
I appreciate it. I appreciate all of it. I appreciate all the support. And the supports, you know, if you're a 3D printer, it's a funny thing. It's the supports. Okay, so I've got... Okay, there we go. Breaking
goes
Thank you for
96 cheered
subscribing.
X500.
I knew you could do it.
Oh, you're so kind. Thank you, Breaking Oz. Very appreciated there. So I've got this one.
Thank you everybody for participating in the hype train.
Yes. The hype train is we're at a level. How did we get to a level 2 so soon? That happened like immediately. Like, we just like jumped it. We went from like level 1 to 2 immediately. How did that happen? I barely got the Boba Fett together here, but he is together. Yeah! Woo! He is together. I'll give him that. I'm going to stand him up over here.
Mystery Goat just resubscribed for 6 months.
Mystery Goat, thank you so much for your support. Very appreciated tonight. Where's Jedi? Because I need to hit the restroom again. I figured Jedi would be here, but she's not. Usually she's hovering. Kevin will die. Thank you so much for the cheer. Very appreciated. Immensely. Like, all the support. y'all give. Every bit of it, every amount. Like, it keeps me going. You think it's the Star Wars collectibles, and they do. Don't get me wrong, the Star Wars collectibles.
May I have your attention? All troopers, may I have your attention, please?
Coda 120 cheered
Thank you.
X100.
I love attention.
Coda! We're pulling her slowly into the world of 3D printing, and now you get it. Coda 120, you get it.
Fucko the Clown just resubscribed for 16
Do
months.
you have the time
Jacked.
to listen to me whine? You obviously do, and thank you very much. I do appreciate you listening to me. In. Seriously, I do. It's a great thing. Fucho, thank you for your support. Very appreciated. Where are those sound effects? Oh, they're everywhere. They're everywhere. In fact, they might even make you laugh. Stop! It's not that funny. He was just asking a question. Are you making fun of Big Jano? You're making fun of it. He literally asks an innocent question and you're making fun of him. Do you realize he might have a fragile ego? You don't get it. He might. Okay, dude, seriously, you shouldn't laugh at.
Everybody dance now.
Oh God, why?
Yeah!
That's my impression of chat right now.
Here's the thing. I have to go to the restroom, but I can't leave the stream unattended. Oh, dude, I really gotta go.
That does happen every once in a while. That can't be good.
No, it can't because I'm literally.
There's Klingons on the starboard bow.
Almonds,
Starboard bow.
folks.
Starboard bow. There's Klingons on the starboard bow. Scrape them off, Jim.
I gotta go, man. I gotta go bad, and I can't abandon you in the middle of a hype train. Like, what kind of host would I be?
I've got the biggest
Seriously,
balls of the ball.
they're big.
Spilled my balls.
They
My
just
balls
spilled.
just spilled.
I drop
Okay,
my
I'm gonna eat
balls all the time. That's what happened to my leg. I knocked my leg, and I'm serious. I didn't know about it until you get to be a certain age, and you realize you injured yourself like 2 weeks later. Like, why is my leg bleeding? Oh, I cut myself. Don't you remember like feeling every injury you had as a child?
_ Ninjak cheered X100. The Robate hype strikes back.
The hype is striking back on my bladder.
Thank you, everybody, for participating in the hype train.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Muppet Me. Seriously, I do. But right now, I'd appreciate if my daughter was listening to the stream, because I need a pinch hitter, because I'm.
Everybody dance now.
The black screen. NVIDIA hates me. NVIDIA says, we know you, Chris. We're gonna black screen you. PBJ. No one's even played the PBJ song. We got the PBJ banana, but there's no PBJ song. That's the fun part, is the PBJ song. The Muppet can take over, but man, if I like pause, like I'm afraid of moving apart from like, okay, here, honey, you take the hype train all the way through. You take it through. Keep hyping, even if it's not a hype train, you keep hyping. Mommy's gonna watch you, okay?
Yeah, I know.
Mommy's gonna supervise you. Daddy's gotta hit the restroom. You keep you can't mind.
Everybody dance now.
What's this? I've been rated? Look at everybody who's joining us here. Welcome, Raiders! Hi, I'm Chris Perillo. I love geeking out here every night at 6 p.m. Pacific, just chatting, so feel free to join the conversation. Follows are free. Love to have you here. Welcome to my play shop. Welcome, Raiders!
Honey, you gotta listen to it. This is the microphone. You gotta talk into the microphone here, honey. I go to the bathroom.
There you go. Peanut butter jelly.
I
Peanut
gotta
butter
pee.
jelly.
I gotta pee.
Peanut butter jelly. Peanut butter jelly with baseball bat. Peanut butter jelly.
May I have your attention, please? Thank you. I love attention.
Back and freeze. Now go back up and freeze. Daddy doesn't know what he's talking about. I'm still gonna don't tell anybody.
Everybody dance now.
Do you have the time to listen to me whine? You obviously do, and thank you very much.
Oh God, why?
Thank you for tuning in.
There's Klingons on the starboard bow, starboard bow, starboard bow. There's Klingons on the starboard bow. Scrape them off, Jim!
Well, you gotta make sure you talk into the mic. Yeah, see, you talk over there.
X100, Jedi, free puppies if you tickle your dad when he comes back.
No, stop it, stop. Dude, you're lucky I stopped.
Everybody dance now!
Alright, bye!
I do realize that the hype train was over by the time she sat down. I thought the hype train was over. Maybe it wasn't. See, hype train complete at level 2. It was like a minute ago.
All troopers, may I have your attention? All troopers, may I have your attention, please? Thank you. I love attention.
Did you keep her going? Did you keep her moving? Did you keep her interested?
Thank you, everybody, for participating in the hype train.
Thank you very much. It was probably one of the worst hype trains you've ever been on, like in your entire existence on Twitch. But I still appreciate you hanging on in the hypiness. Now, here comes the hard part. I have to decide which one of these... See, one of these days, seriously, Jedi, when she's of age, I'm sure she's going to be streaming on Twitch. I'm more than confident. She's going to be streaming on some platform. And by the way, Sunburnt Weevil, thank you for hanging out as long as you have. And I'm saying for everybody, really, but like Sunburnt Weevil just started following today. And I want to give a very special shout out because some people follow, but they don't watch. And I mean, I get it. People get busy and everything, but like, especially when I see new people pop in, I appreciate you sticking around. If only to figure out what the hell's going on, because I still don't know what the hell's going on. Hey, TY or Ty Delta, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Someone must have done a previous laugh, because there is a limit, like in terms of how frequently these sound effects can be played. Boy, I don't know. Which one of these do I like more? It's a good problem to have. Okay, I think I like this one more. Because I have to decide. I'm going to be giving one to a barista. And plus, they like keep it there, right? It's pretty cool. It's cool to walk into the coffee place that you go to, and then like you've got something there, and you put something there, and so now when I print something that I might not want, or I was like, oh, I feel I could do it better, then I feel I can drop it off, and someone else could enjoy it. So I have a feeling they're gonna start. I'm gonna go in there again, and they're gonna have this pile of or just 3D printed stuff on the countertop. We're just gonna grow a thing. We're gonna make it a thing there. Glad you are glad to be here. No, the orange one, not the orange one. Oh, I thought the orange one was better than the orange one. Am I wrong? Would not be the first time. Absolutely will not be the last. I'm the first who is ready to, enabled and willing to admit I can be wrong. So I get free coffee. Asgardian Wookiee, not as much as I would like, but I have been gifted. Like, they started it. They said, oh, here, then don't worry, this one's on us. I'm like, oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. It wasn't like a fancy drink or anything like that, but it was nice of them. I mean, it's a local coffee joint. It's not like a chain. So they kind of get to know you and everything. So, I saw someone who dropped off a few what they call benchies. And that's when I said, oh, here, have a C-3PO. So I've got a few other things that I was thinking about dropping off, just some extras. But like what I dropped off was basically like the C-3PO figure, a conversation piece, if you will. That would just stand there and just look awesome and get people to, potentially interact, right? But someone had specifically said, oh, you brought that in? I thought it was so cool. I'm like, oh, well, here you go. I was like, well, and I gave them like a BB-8 spinner, and I promised them that I would get them a protocol droid. I'd say to get a 3PO, and I asked what color they wanted, and they said orange. I'm like, all right, I'll get that. So this is the one that's going to be given to them, because they take care of you, right? Or try to, right? They can't give all their coffee away for free. And I don't have like a ton of excess 3D printed items right now, because I sent a few care packages out to some streamers. Don't feel bad if you're a streamer and you did not get a care package. Like it was just kind of like I had these care packages and I knew people like certain characters over other characters. I'm like, oh, I'll send those out, right? I did not do that with every streamer that I knew, and I know there are a lot of Star Wars, streamers out there that I could send this stuff to. Some of them actually have 3D printers, so I kind of like, oh, well, they have 3D printers. They might be able to do that on their own. Sunburnt Weevil says, just watch your Locker Gnome stuff. Just found out today I was on Twitch. Yes, Sunburnt Weevil. I've been here every day, at least for the past year. We're, according to Liz, encroaching upon the 1-year anniversary of me having a 3D printer. So I'm more often than not 3D printing something here on Twitch. And even more often than not, it's Star Wars. Typically. And sometimes I get these awesome gifts. Oh, God, this is just, it's incredible. I mean, just, seriously, people are going to come over here and they're going to ask, like, where did you get it? Where? How? How did you? I'll be able to brag. Bet says, you're so generous. Well, I'm not going to go that far. I don't feel like I am all that generous. I'm generous, I will say this, with time. I am generous with time. Because honestly, that's the only thing I could expect from anybody, is being generous with time. And so I appreciate the support that comes on top of the time that people give. I spend my time here. Because if I didn't, I'd be spending it listening to news or watching news. Entertainment, yeah, I'm able to take in. I've been watching, what's that one show on Netflix? The woman who is saying that she's another Anna. I've gone about 3 episodes deep, and I'm like, dude, how long is this? I'm about ready to bail on that series. Like, I don't know if I'm that interested. No more Arthur anymore. I just heard about that, Joshua, and Jedi actually enjoys watching Arthur. Arthur I wasn't into, but she's enjoyed it, and if it's teaching her lessons, then I'm happy. If it's on PBS, for the most part, it gets a pass from me. Asgardian Wookiee notes, free coffee is always good, no matter how fancy. I totally agree. Although I'm going to try tomorrow to go back to the Starbucks, specifically the decaf, because I can't do caffeinated. And hopefully that'll work out, because if so, then I can earn more free coffee for the big fancy drinks. Diana's drink today was just a simple, like a oat milk venti something rather. $7. $7. $7. My God. It was free though. Earned it. Breaking Oz says I'd even buy one off you. What? Sorry, Breaking Oz. I'm behind on chat. You'd buy one off me? What? The one of these figurines? I can't sell these figurines, unfortunately. I don't. The license does not allow for that. I could do something like random gifts. Like if I had a Patreon account. Like this is what Loyal Moses does. He has got a Patreon account. Certain tiers get the helmets, right? Could possibly do that. Coda 120 notes he should be in a lightbox display. No, but to me, part of this, the fun of this, is when someone comes over and sees it, I can grab it and hold it, and they can hold it. I think that's fun, you know, not just to see things behind glass, but to actually touch and feel and play with them. Hey, Isaac, good to see you. Welcome back to the Play Shop. Oh, I'm sure there are online strategies, Pezliz. I'm sure there are. I'm sure there are. Those strategies are very plentiful. I'm sure that list goes on and on and on. Much like me, I just go on and on and on and on and on and on and on. On and on and on and on and on and on. Look at El Taco Meat tweeted about 18 minutes ago. Oh, it's the first episode of Taco Tuesday. I think it's great. He's got a Taco Tuesday. We do not celebrate Taco Tuesday around here. It's not something that happens. The Taco Tuesdaying, though it is Tuesday, tacos don't happen on a regular basis. They might in some households, not here. Take care, big sports fan too. You can do point redeems for 3D printed things. Oh, can you? I haven't been following. I haven't done that. Honestly, because I feel the point redeems, the problem is it would just create more, what's the word I'm looking for? I believe in making an effort, right? But I don't want to find myself getting so caught up in like, oh, now you owe 50 of these prints to, 50 different people. I'm like, oh my God, I couldn't keep up. I've got to manage that effectively. So that's why I'm very careful when it comes to over-promising. I would rather under-promise and over-deliver than the other way around. And I know a lot of people take it, in a different way, and everyone finds their own path. But I have not done a lot of I haven't done a lot of printed giveaways. Because again, it straps me to, well, then, okay, I'm going to have to, where do they live? Like, okay, is that going to cost me $50 to send to another country, right? Or is it going to cost $10 to send across town, or, whatever? And it just and then the time that it takes to go there. I mean, remember, everything that you see that happens in the stream, apart from the support that happens from the mods, and I'm very grateful for, incredibly grateful for, everything that happens from what it is that I'm doing, what it is that I'm printing, how it is that I'm, producing live, it's just one person, right? So that's why I always appreciate, any kind of extraneous support. So if I suddenly add on top of that a layer of, I'm just saying this, don't hold me to it. Like, if you subscribe for 12 months, then I'll send you an X. Well, the problem is that starts to stack up. And I'm afraid I don't want to overpromise, because then I'm on the line. And then suddenly I've got to figure that out. It becomes that much more of a problem for me, as much as it's a bonus and benefit for everybody else. I would much rather throughout the year encourage people to kind of find their own path, right? And they do. Like Coda 120.
Blinks89 just resubscribed for 6 months.
I love that it was Gablinks. Gablinks89. I gotta remember that. Gablinks. Thank you for resubscribing. Thank you for your support. Why have children if you can't put them to work to support the family? Well, John, I'm not going to go that far. Although I do believe that it is very healthy to teach your child responsibility and to give them some amount of input. When I have time with Jedi and I'm doing something, I always ask him, like, hey, could you help me with this? Can you help me with this? Can you do this? When I know that she's fully capable of doing it. I couldn't tell you whether or not she appreciates that, but, she's able to feel like she's a part of something rather than just being, passive and just sitting around and letting other people do the work. We are apparently on the debate of whether or not tacos are a sandwich. Technically, burritos are a type of taco. I don't want to get wrapped up in it. I feel that tacos are a sandwich, because you've got the stuff sandwiched in between the two halves or within some kind of bread. This is not the hill I'm going to die on, though, so I don't care that much. I don't... Krusty cares. Krusty cares. Are sandwiches actually tacos? Now, you see, that's a good question. I like that you flipped it. I like that you flipped it on its ear. Sandwiches actually tacos. I don't know. I'm not sure if they are actually tacos. I'm willing to entertain that thought, though. I was going to see if people were Team Taco or Team Burrito. I think between the two, I'm probably more Team Burrito. Oh, Silver Sunbeam is with Krusty. Oh, dear God. Don't start. Tacos are not sandwiches. See, to me, I'm just like, I don't care. With that logic, a calzone is also a sandwich? Okay, fine. I'm with that. Is cereal soup? I'm okay with that, too. It's funny, like, the things that I get, you know, I'm adamant about, and other things I'm like, yeah, okay. Crap. I've got to restart this print. You could see that the foot failed. God, how did I not see that before? Boy, the foot was way off. Oh my God. That would have been disappointing if I'd have let that go too much longer. Soup has to be hot? Gazpacho, buddy. Gazpacho, Joshua. Gazpacho. Gazpacho, much like revenge, is a dish best served cold. Be sure to write my autobiography before I die instead of leaving it for your children. Never a good idea. Yeah, no doubt. Dad sucked. I hated my dad. Unless he gave me everything I wanted. At which point I loved him. I only love him when I get what I want. But he did not always give me what I wanted. Therefore, he sucked. I hate him. God, see, here's the thing is that everything else, the supports for it turned out fine. Weird. Is gazpacho tomato cereal? Oh, interesting. Sam Diego boy here. I'm one of those people who doesn't think Mexican food is right in LA. I couldn't tell you. Gonna try this again. You heard your name was out of the room. Oh, were you too busy 3D printing Coda 128? No, I was just saying that, you know, it's cool to be able to enable people. As in, you're 3D printing largely because of, I assume, largely because of what you gleaned from this stream, right? Then you got into it. Oh yeah, I like 3D printing. It's fun. Then you get addicted, and pretty soon you're 3D printing everything. And the next thing you know, you're snorting 3D printing. Don't do that. Its filament is definitely not nasal compatible. You don't want to do. I'm looking for something that I feel would be safe. This would be too big to like stick up my nose. Oh, maybe not. I got big nostrils. I got big nostrils, and I cannot lie. You love pizza? I love pizza too. Remember kids snorting?
I've got the biggest balls of them all.
And nostrils.
Spilled my balls.
Nope.
My balls just spilled.
Well,
Okay, I'm gonna eat my balls.
because they roll everywhere. You don't want to spill your balls. Those weren't those the yeah! Woo! Pepperoni and bacon with green peppers. Can't do it. Vegan can't do it. Remember, kids, snorting filament is bad. It is. I would not recommend it. Coda 120 was actually checking her print. Well, Silver Sunbeam, I assume you know exactly what you're talking about. Okay, hang on. What do we got here? tweet that. Don't try this at home. There we go. I have warned everybody not to try it at home. Not a good idea. It wouldn't be prudent at this juncture. I have now tweeted. It has been twote. Thank you, Liz. Very appreciated. Calzones are extra large sandwiches. They're good though. It's been a while. When you go vegan, your options are like severely limited. Worst part of moving to Phoenix was losing all my good food joints. Oof. Yeah, but I can only imagine that if you moved from LA to Phoenix, you probably had better real estate. Calzone means underwear in Spanish. Does it? Calzone? Oh, it does. Doesn't it? Wonder if that's true in Italian as well. What kind of like pockets? Pants? Calzone? That's right. You're like Diana says, get your calzone. And I always thought that was funny. Maybe that... Okay. Interesting. Huh. There's something to it. There's something to that. It is possible. Because you'd think like underwear pocket. You throw your butt in it. Is Perillo an Italian name? Well, I hope so. Because I'm Italian. Like, if Perillo was, like, German and I'm from Italy, that would be freaking weird. Like, I'd be like, I want my money back! And they'd be like, shut up. Kevin Will Die says, my wife always laughs when she sees calzones on the menu. She's from Mexico. Oh, calzones. Is it calzone? Calzone? There's a Star Trek Klingon comic out tomorrow. I definitely do not read the Star Trek comics at all. Not at all. The only episode I think I have tonight, no E, so it's calzone.
There's Klingons on the starboard bow, starboard bow, starboard bow. There's Klingons on the starboard bow. Scrape them off, Jim!
See, those are good clips. I like those clips. Get me moving, get me dancing. DMCA friendly. Those kind of clips. Not to be confused with clip-shh. That's a speaker. Much like me, because I'm speaking right now.
Everybody dance now! Fun, 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 fun. Fun, 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 fun. Fun, 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 fun. Fun, fun.
I didn't have a chance. No E in the singular calzone. Hey, get your calzone here. Yes, get your calzone. I got your calzone. I'm dropping my calzones over here. I'm not even wearing any calzones. I'm freebasing it. Freebase? Free ball. I'm free balling it. Freebase.
I've got the biggest balls of the ball.
Oh, they're so big.
Spilled my balls.
Yep.
My balls just spilled.
They dropped.
Okay, gonna eat my balls.
Right. Well, that's important when you got edible balls. They were good, too. Boy, those...
Almonds, folks!
They weren't... Well, they're not exactly nuts. They were balls. They were the peanut butter balls. The big peanut butter balls. Reese's peanut butter balls. Cereal. That's where that clip came from. I'm out there, Jerry, and I'm loving every minute of it! There you go, Kevin Will Die. Cosmo Kramer. I remember my brother Adam being so offended because my dad was... He said, oh, you know, because 3 boys in my family. Like, I have 2 younger brothers, so there are 3 kids. Good night, Krillin. No, not sweaty balls. Although you'd love to try my sweaty balls. My sweaty balls are really, 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 really tasty. I have very good sweaty balls. They're very sweaty balls. 10 for the Kramer impersonation. Thank you, Kevin. Loving every minute of it! But my dad watched, he may still, in syndication, Seinfeld. And he said, oh, you know, Ben is like Jerry, and Adam was like George, and I was like Kramer. And I'm like, I don't know if I would have made that. I don't think any of us were like George. I think Adam was probably more like Kramer, but I got lucky. I was Kramer, because if I would have ended up as George, like... that would not have been a good comparison, I don't think. It would not have been a good comparison. So yeah, I enjoy Seinfeld. I have watched it. Can't say I'm a completist. I'm totally in a lane. When it comes to dancing, yes, I'm absolutely in a lane. I'm definitely in a lane when it comes to dancing. Remember the big man hands? That's right. Here, you got something on your... There's something on your face. Here, let me get it. You had something on your face. You got something. I got it. Don't worry. It'll be okay. Just let me get it. You got something over here, too. There we go. You're good. You're good. I removed the food that you had from your face. I have watched Seinfeld. I've enjoyed Seinfeld. Seinfeld's fun. But I mean, there's so many of those classic sitcoms that I've enjoyed, and some that are destined to be classics that I'll never get into. No, not the lowest score ever, Kevin. I think the lowest score is closer to a 0.00. Sonny Dixon asked, "Do I think Gnome Decks could ever come back in some way?" You know, it would be fun. It would, Sonny, but honestly, its time has come and gone. Nowadays, so many events exist, and it's amazing to see as many people being successful with them. I don't think... I'm lucky to have been able to do the things that I did back in the day. I don't know if I could do the same things these days. It's a different world. It's a radically different world. Completely different world. And that's not a complaint. It's just a facet of reality. So as much as I enjoyed Gnome Decks, it would, for it to be successful, I don't think the name would survive. It wouldn't mean much to enough people. TEDx kind of killed the model. And I knew that before it was too late. And really on the cusp of it being too late. It wasn't a matter of not knowing what needed to be done. It's a matter of not having the right people in place to do what needed to be done. And that was the, I guess the not the downfall, but ultimately the thing that didn't kill Gnome Decks, but it was a product of its time. I'm happy to have done it. I am. I'm happy to have been part of so many people's journeys and their stories, and to be a part of history in that sense. Did not like how that sounded. You missed the days when basically everyone watched the same show the night before. Yeah, I know, Coda 120. It's impossible. Like I said, everything has changed. Everything. I mean, look at it these days. Like when I was doing streaming on Ustream, however many years ago, right? 2 decades ago or whatever. Like it was, there were people doing things. And granted, man, if my production quality, was anywhere near this, oh my God, forget it, dude. Game over. But it wasn't. It was a different era. But now, think of like the thousands upon thousands of millions upon millions of options that you have. And it's just, it boggles the mind just how many people are out there.
Support_Brett rated my stream with 27 viewers.
What's this? I've been rated? Wow! Look at everybody who's joining us here! Welcome, Raiders! Hi, I'm Chris Perillo. I love geeking out here every night at 6 p.m. Pacific, just chatting, so feel free to join the conversation. Follows are free. Love to have you here. Welcome to my play shop. Welcome, Raiders!
Hey, thank you, said Lord Britt. I think Krusty could have waited like 20 more seconds. Yeah, 20 more seconds? Maybe 20? We've got to work on timing with Krusty. This is... Because otherwise, see, that one thing went over the other. But it happens. Britt, I hope your stream went well. I hope it ended well, too. Thank you for trusting your community with me, and I know No.
We have a Brit. The Sith Lord Brit has requested your presence immediately.
Well, she's not streaming.
Sincerely,
She rated.
Sith Lord Brit.
Yes,
the third.
that's how she sounds when she's not streaming, by the way. That's her. That's her voice. We captured it on her end. Well, everything could be louder, Krusty. I could be louder. Thank you, Silver Sunbeam, for playing that. And thank you, Perkysaurus, for the follow. Welcome to the Play Shop. And Aranella, thank you for joining. Welcome. My name is Chris Perillo. I am geeking out. Oh, Sith Lord Brit. Wait, which soundbite? Dude, the Sith Lord. I did that like it was the other night. Someone was looking for, I think, Fix Him Dude. You were looking for Fix Him Dude or Krusty or something. And I was like, oh, Sith Lord Brit. I am Sith Lord Brit. And I am requesting your presence. Please, I beseech thee to come hither and join me on the quest for fixing my 3D printer. Sincerely, Sith Lord Brit the Third. Check this out, Brit. This is a gift. This was a gift from an individual who goes by the handle Boil and Pop. And he had shown this, ages before in his social feeds. By the way, yeah, the limbs articulate. And it does have the weapon also separate, right? Like, this is an articulated model. Like, this is incredible. Modeled like the vintage, like I have back there, a vintage Boba Fett figure. Because I'm a fan of that. And now, because I know that so many of you, I'm shaking my Boba Fett at you. I am. I'm shaking my Fett at you. Everybody fat now. So, look, it even has the butt nubs from the Kenner figure. Anyway, Boil and Pop did this. He made this year, this year, and I was always jealous, right? It does have the jetpack. And I saw it happening on his social feeds, and he said, hey, would you want the files, right, that he had to print them out? I'm like, well, I don't have a resin printer. I'm not anyone who does anything like this kind of, this detail. I'm not a crafter. I'm not a maker like Brit. I just fart around with stuff, which explains why, I make this stupid, silly Star Wars stuff. But since you're here and you're rating, I figured I'd show you. So he said, well, I can send it to you. I'm like, oh my God. So he sent this as a gift. Just incredible. Oh no, there's a commercial? Oh, I'm sorry. There was an ad. Yeah, sorry about that, Aranella. Never mind. I got to wait until Aranella can watch again. Hang on. Waiting for the ad to finish. Gonna sit here and wait for the ad to finish. Let me know when the ad finishes. Darn you, Twitch. Come on. Finish. 3, 2, 1. And we're back. Sorry for all you non-subs that were interrupted with an ad. Anyway, Boil and Pop did this for me. This incredible gift. I didn't ask for it, but when he offered, I'm like, yes, please. Because this is just, Surprised that did not fall on my head, because, I've got Fun Tack basically connecting the joints. Here, let's do this here. Okay, gonna leave it be. It's back there. For sure. The only bounty hunter Darth Vader was scared of is the Sandalorian. Oh, Perkysaurus. That's good. You're gonna fit in around here. We love us the puns. We love us the wordplay. Literally all makers are farters. Well, yeah, but that's I just fart, though, Sith Lord Brit. I don't really... I mean, I make, but, mostly make vicariously through the farts. And Brit, I did see, and I did know that you are going to have Krusty and Dr. Andolph, a.k.a. David Randolph from Printed Solid on your stream. What's the topic? You're going to be talking about all the awesome things that David's doing? Because, man, that's going to be something that I would want to watch. Like, there are not a lot of things that I want to watch. And I'm possibly even looking for a new show to watch, a streaming show. Although I think I'm missing... There is a... what is it? There's a... Oh, the new Snowpiercer, I think, is out. I want to say there's a new Snowpiercer. I think. Ooh, First Order toy action. Oh, the toy action? First Order toy action figures. Oh, I could only get one of those. I need 2 of them. Ms. Maisel. I've heard about that. Maybe I'll have to give it a shot. Because the one I'm watching right now, I'm 3 episodes in on Netflix, the Anna, Inventing Anna. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I'm interested in seeing where it goes. I've seen enough, like, okay, I get it. And she's totally, I can see her a mile off, like she's obviously swindling everybody. A lot of people have recommended Ms. Maisel. So I could try it. If I get to a night where nothing else is on, now that Peacemaker's wrapped up. So I could give it a shot. Oh, it's a hangout. Okay, there we go. Some business and some play. Fair enough. The Tinder Swindler. I've heard about that one. But I don't know. Maisel? Okay, thank you. Maisel? I don't know how to say these things. I'm a Maisel noob. Sorry. Maisel noob. The Tinder Swindler, I have heard a few things about. But again, like, I get a lot of those shows, I'll watch like 1 or 2 episodes and lose interest very quickly. I'm like, I know where this is. I kind of know where it's going. I'm not really hooked, which is fine. You know, I'm willing to kind of take the risk on a new show. And since it was like number 1, I was like, all right, you know, this looks kind of interesting. And it was for like 2 or 3 episodes. And I'm like, yeah, I don't care where these characters are going. I do have HBO Max. I do. The White Lotus. Why does that sound familiar? Latest episode of Snowpiercer's on? Yeah, no, I think that's a Sunday night thing. I didn't watch it last night. Because I fell off because it was like a 3-day weekend, which is great. A very funny show. Maisel is a very funny show, so I've heard. It's worth a shot. I mean, like, a lot of people have suggested, a lot of people have recommended. I'm kind of in between a few seasons. I've got to get my Apple TV Plus subscription hooked up again because I'm like, there's that murder mystery show. I watched like 2 or 3 episodes and I'm like, okay, I'm not hooked. Kind of interested, but not really. Kevin Will Die. I appreciate you hanging. Thanks again for the support. No worries, and I hope you have a good evening. Tinder Swindler is a single documentary, pulls you in even if you think you know it's shocking. All right, if it's a single document, like one movie, like one shot, I'm much more interested in. Fraggle Rock. I watched a few of the new episodes. They're not exactly the same as the vintage Fraggle Rock episodes, but they're fun. Jedi and I don't really have an opportunity to watch a lot of things together. I have a feeling it'd be a lot more fun with her. Inventing Anna was good. Loved Julie Garner from Ozark. Oh, Julie Garner is like a genius actress. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get past 3 episodes of Inventing Anna, though, because I feel like I've seen it all. Like, even if I haven't seen it all, I feel like I've seen it all, and that's not a good thing. Like, Ozark is a series that keeps you guessing. Like, it's always like, what? Hang on, wait, what? But it just seems that Inventing Anna, you know where it's going. It's not really that interesting. I mean, it's good. It's well done. But it just doesn't... There's no... I'm not hooked. Demon Slayer or Sword Art Online. I'm not familiar with those. Joshua XP says, the only rock I saw was Schoolhouse Rock. And rightfully so. That's the only good rock. That's the good rock. That's how you know it's a good rock. If it's a Schoolhouse Rock. If it's not a Schoolhouse Rock, it's not a good rock. Yeah. Yeah. Rock the Casbah. Rock the Casbah. Arcane was good, I agree. Another show that I have not watched on Amazon either was the not Ars Technica. Ars Magnica or Machina? Something Machina? Demon Slayer, Sword Art, I haven't done it. Disenchantment, haven't done it. Hacks I enjoyed. Vox Machina. Why do I keep forgetting Vox? So I guess there's a couple of shows. Attack on Titan, I think I started, and I'm like, yeah, not my thing. Hacks was good. Hacks was solid. That's the kind of show I like. Vox Machina, maybe it's too animated for me, and I realize it's weird. What do you mean too animated? I don't know. Animated series, they either get me or they don't. And more often than not, they don't. Arcane was an exception, a big exception to the rule. Mythic Quest, I watched like 6 episodes. I'm like, yeah, this isn't for me. I'm not into it. I'm not into the gaming thing. Really not into the startup culture kind of thing. I mean, I feel I saw it. I feel I saw it all. Even if I hadn't, that was Mythic Quest to me. I'm like, I saw a 6th episode. I feel I saw it all. Arcane did not pull me in immediately, but it did get me. So if Vox Machina is somewhat similar, then I'm interested. The guy who created, Simpsons is the Disenchantment. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about, animated series, but animated series are very hit or miss for me. Arnella says, I could not get into Attack on Titan, Dragon Prince. Well, y'all are saying Dragon. Where is Dragon Prince? Where do I watch Dragon Prince? Where does one watch Dragon Prince? Where? Tell me, Aranella. Where is Dragon Prince? Where is the Prince of Dragons? I need to know. Where is the Dragon Prince? Please. Oh, checking. I could probably Google it too. Never mind. I'm an idiot. Like, seriously, Dragonella, you could say, Chris, there's a thing called Google. You could go there, like, right now and find out. Why do I have to do this for you? You could do that. We don't know each other that well, but just so you know, you could do that to me. I say, duh, you're right. I'm sorry. Let me Google that. Who do we got? Who do we have? Dragon Prince Series 4. Oh my god, let's go. Jeez. This is a long one. Although I'm not into anime, so that may be it's on Netflix. Okay. I'm not making any promises for the animated stuff. I can't. I wish I could. Disenchantment was a slow burn, almost lost me several times. Oh, that's not good. See, that to me is like The Simpsons, Futurama, very much in the same. Oh no. Are you serious?
Shona58 traded my stream with 5 viewers.
What's this? I've been raided? Wow! Look at everybody who's joining us here! Welcome, Raiders! Hi, I'm Chris Perillo. I love geeking out here every night at 6 p.m. Pacific, just chatting, so feel free to join the conversation. Follows are free. Love to have you here. Welcome to my play shop. Welcome, Raiders! From Shannon's stream over there, Rona58. Thank you for joining. I hope your stream went well. I assume you were talking about geeky things. We were talking about geeky things too, just talking about some anime stuff. Aranella was suggesting Dragon Prince, and I think a couple others as well. But the anime things I'm not as into. I've tried off and on. I've tried so hard, but it doesn't do it for me.
Shona58 is now hosting my stream with 5 viewers.
Well, thank you for that, Stream Elements. Just 4 hours too late. I keep getting these black screens. It's got to be the encoder. It has to be. Have I been happy with the new mic? Oh, I've been happy with the new mic. Hey, Genesis Waffle, if you like how I sound, then I'm happy. Ninjok says, love serial experiments, Lane, 8th Man After, other classics. See, I've got to figure out. If I can crack the nut on anime, I feel my life would be that much more complete. Oh, the Cuphead show. I do want to watch that. Space Force also has new episodes. It's true. See, now I'm getting to the point where there's so many new series to watch. I did watch Space Force Season 1. I enjoyed it. I do want to watch at least 1 or 2 episodes of the Cuphead show, if only to see if I like it. I get not liking anime, give it a chance. Aranella, I take recommendations seriously. Like, oh, you gotta try it. You gotta try it. I'm like, okay, fair enough. I will try it. I have seen Schitt's Creek. It's enjoyable, but it kind of got routine. Like series 3 or season 3 or 4 are kind of like, yeah, I feel I've seen it all. I'm interested, but it's like, it's formulaic and it's fun, and I enjoyed it, but I kind of feel like I get everybody, you know? And so that's where I feel like with a lot of the series, you know? Oh, don't ever apologize. Thank you for the raid, Shannon. I appreciate it. And, of course, good to see you, too, Sarah. I saw you you shared your 3D prints of owls today on Twitter. I'm glad I could have enabled a new fascination. And it's good to see you again, Amish Gnome 3D. Thank you for your support. So it jumped the shark. So many things jumped the shark, Alex. So many things. You know, it's difficult to say what works for one person and what doesn't necessarily work for me. And that's not... I'm not saying that, oh, because I don't like it, no one else is going to like it. Like, you know, I'm fully able and willing to admit, like, okay, that's your thing, it's your thing. But, like, I've tried, and I'm willing to try. And like, something's either got to get me, like, almost immediately, or I lose my attention quickly. And when it's an animated series, unless it's Star Wars. Star Wars is the only animated type of series that I'm going to stick through. The only one. That is the exception to the rule. The exception. Oh, Arrested Development was genius. I loved Arrested Development as well. Aaron Ellis says, I don't have a 3D printer. I don't have a printer, but I want to get a 3D printer. Well, Aaron Ellis, so here's the thing. Westray won there. She won the recent 3D printer giveaway that we did here in the channel, which is great. And so she got it just the other day, and she set it up, and she's printing, and she's having fun. The Good Cop starring Tony Danza. Never heard of it. Loving the printer, loving it. R2D2 is next. Well, good luck with that, Westry one. I've only done one R2D2 over the past year on my printer. And so Aaronella, I enjoy 3D printing. Maybe I don't go as in depth as someone like Sith Lord Brit, who's like doing cosplay and the really hardcore stuff. And I fart around. I mess around, and I say this, but it's true. Like, I like printing little trinkety things. This is fun to me. So I'd probably be better served by a resin printer than FDM, but FDM is easier to manage, less messy than resin would be. Amish Gnome, I told you you'd enjoy the Clone Wars. The Clone Wars is excellent. I feel the animation stands, even, you know, after all this time. It's a little dated, but the story's good. The characters are good. Like, there's good backstory there, Amish Gnome. I wouldn't recommend it. Like, I wouldn't sit there and say, oh, you need to watch all the animated Star Wars stuff. I'd say no, don't. Like, I would not recommend everybody watch Resistance. Resistance was fun. I enjoyed it. Very much so. I miss it. Like, it was fun. It was campy Star Wars fun. But I wouldn't say it's critical Star Wars viewing. Not like Rebels, Clone Wars, Bad Batch. Different. Like, just completely different. You have a circuit, which is your main vice. Yeah, I don't have a circuit, Aaronella. I'm not a maker. I play one on TV. I play one on Twitch. The YouTube channel Fall of Civilizations is amazing. When I can't sleep, I put that on and sleep. Fall asleep in 10 minutes tops. Great for when you can't sleep. Oh, good to know. Good to know. Good to know. You want to print lightsabers and cosplay parts? Probably anything Star Wars I find. Aaronella, that's my problem. Is I'm printing a Darth Vader right now. The Darth Vader I'm printing is this one, although I'm doing it in orange. I had to restart it because the foot was off. So hopefully I'm not going to run into an issue with that, or I'm going to have to keep troubleshooting. But I'm doing another Vader figurine. And then this is one that I modeled using Ethan's Dad 3D's software on iOS. I scanned an Emperor's Royal Guard. This is obviously done in black, so it's a Shadow Guard. But trust me, I'm not printing all the Star Wars things, but it's an immense amount. Oh, not a circuit, a cry cut. Oh my god. Cricket. Derp. I can't read. My bad. You can cut vinyl. Is that balsa? Light stuff? Yeah. See, that's definitely beyond my... definitely beyond my comfort zone. And space. It'd be cool. It'd be neat. I don't think I can do it. Is the 3PO and Vader from Prussia? The Vader, I think I got it from Thingiverse. The Vader figurine. The 3PO is from Play Action. Give me a second. You got a cry cut for Christmas, but haven't even opened it. Wow. Shannon. Shame on you. Give me a second. I'm looking up Play Action for you here. Play Action. Where is it? It's on My Mini 3D. Yeah, there we go. Okay, here's the Play Action link. Amish Gnome 3D. I wouldn't even know what to do with a cry cut. Now that you'd explain it. Easier than 3D printing? Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, I can't imagine it being more difficult than 3D printing. But it's neat. I just wouldn't know what to do with it. You know what I'm saying? You'd be surprised how tiny they are. Jedi would love it. Well, how many Star Wars things are on it? How many Star Wars things can we do with it? That's always my question. To anything you say, oh, you'd love it. Like, well, how many Star Wars things could be done? How many? Cricket? Okay, so it's not called Cry Cut. It's called Cricket. Between Cricket and Focus, I want to slap this entire industry upside the head. Seriously. Faces for minifigs, stickers. Yeah, stickers are fine when we're overflowing with stickers. Faces for minifigures, I'm really leery about. I don't like mixing bootleg crap with the licensed stuff at all. At all. We have plenty of shirts right now. We're overflowing with t-shirts. Glass etching. Yeah, but then it could break and then someone cuts themselves and they get angry and bleed everywhere. And then you got blood everywhere. You say cry cut because you cry when you get the subscription bill. Subscription? Oh, okay. Yeah, Alex Swavely, that kind of dissuades me. Like, yeah, I know how we do with subscriptions around here. And unless I know it's actively being used, not so much. Yeah. Some people make decals for their toilet. Well, that's good for them, Liz. That's amazing. We will not be doing decals for the toilet. Got to put Mini-Me to bed. No problem, Silver Sunbeam. Thank you for hanging. Appreciate all the support. Subscription for the materials. Yeah, but you need materials in order to make the thing. You cannot trademark a real word. True, but you also can't pronounce half these slappy words. A sub is not required. Okay. You use it to make a mask out of vinyl, then put it on the glass and use acid etch. Acid etch? Okay, that just got scary. Circuit, target, stickers. Crickets, target stickers for the toilet. I don't need it. I pee sitting down. Everyone in this house pees sitting down. At least that I know of. Maybe Diana pees standing up. I don't know. I never watch. Not my thing. I pee sitting down, personally. Because I have to clean toilets. So it's like, dude, this is Costco all over again. Not quite Costco, I don't think. Costco I can read. Costco I can say. Cry cut, circuit, cricket. I gotta say 3 times before I get it right. Screen flat. Krusty, it's been happening. It's been happening again. I think it's the encoder. I think it's the NVIDIA, NVENC. So I'm gonna tomorrow. I'm gonna flip back to Intel encoder. Some people were complaining that there was audio delay, and I have little to no patience to troubleshoot it. I am using OBS, and I just updated to the latest version with the patches and everything, so it didn't fix my problem. My problem isn't that it goes completely black. My problem is that it blinks black and then it comes back. And it only started happening with the one of the more recent OBS updates. So it may be a different bug that they haven't nailed down. Oh, everyone has issues with OBS tonight. Oof, it's not just me. It's not a huge issue. It just goes black and then it comes back. So I'm going to try. I did this last night. I ran into a completely different problem. Like I had a hardware problem that I had to troubleshoot. No, Alex, I totally know. I'm not talking about that. Like I said, I know they just tweeted about it. I updated, I patched it. That's not my bug. I have a completely different bug. I don't know if it's related to NVIDIA. So tomorrow, I have to remember I got to toggle to using the Intel hardware encoder, and the toggling to that last night worked after I ran into a hardware problem. It's just that like one or two people said, oh, there's a delay in audio, and then other people said, no, there's no delay at all. So I'm like, I can't troubleshoot something that's not consistent. It's just impossible. So like beginning to try to troubleshoot, forget about it. Oh, it happened to Stay Alive 7 earlier. Arnella, it did the black thing and then it came back. Arnella, if I can clarify, did it do the black and then came back? Because if so, I feel better about there being an eventual patch coming down the pike than just the same thing happening to me. Just the thing happening to me. Okay, cool. I think it's NVIDIA then. So I'm going to try switching to Intel hardware encoder, not software encoder tomorrow. There may be an audio delay, and I'm sure now that I say it, it's kind of like, oh, there's an audio delay. No, you don't see an audio. You just heard me talk about it last night. Yeah, I don't know. But as long as it's a bug that other people are running into, I don't care. I'm not going to sit there and talk about it every time it happens. Anytime you talk about production during the middle of a stream, your entire stream is dominated by that production, and I hate when that happens. Absolutely hate when that happens. So I try to avoid it at all costs. Yep, so I'll say, yep, I know, yep, it's happening. Okay, next. What are we doing? What's next? Aranella, do you stream on Twitch? And I'm asking that because I want to make sure you get a shout out. Because I like shouting out, hey, Bionic, I'm sorry I did not say hello when you joined. I apologize for that. Oh, by the way, an ad is starting in another 4 or 5 minutes. Sorry. Just don't follow, never had much free time too. You just cosplay. Okay. Oh, you don't stream, you just follow. Fair enough. You know, I think that's really how Brit came on our radar. She was 3D printing and cosplaying, and I'm like, well, that's pretty cool. She gets really detailed with that stuff. Now you got me all looking for audio sync. Don't go looking for it. Right now, there may not be audio sync. But even if I switched encoders and the black thing goes away, the black blink goes away, I'll just deal with the some people complaining about the sync issues. I'm not going to worry about it. NVENC needs its concentric nuts tightened. I totally concur with my esteemed colleague. Totally agree. Those concentric nuts need to be tightened. The eccentric nuts, the concentric nuts, the concentric, eccentric, the nutses.
I've got the biggest balls of them all!
And concentric
spilled
nuts.
My balls! My balls just spilled.
So,
I'm gonna eat my balls.
I'm gonna eat them. I'm eating them right now. I am. Oh my god, this looks hilarious. So we've had someone pop into this chat. Off and on.
Folks.
May I have your attention? All troopers, may I have your attention, please? Thank you. I love attention.
I do. Major parts of your SWTOR armors 3D printed. Want to learn to print them yourself? You know, here's the thing. If you've got the drive and you got the focus, and you are Aranella, you've probably got
the same thing today, no respect.
No better guide than Sith Lord Brit. Sith Lord Brit is going to be an amazing guide for you, like an outstanding guide for you, which is awesome. That's something that you're going to be able to I guess, you know, really take advantage of. Overall, you might be doing with it because she's done it. And even if she hasn't figured it out, she knows plenty of other people. Sorry, I'm looking at something here on the print. You laugh so hard with the concentric nuts. Oh, I'm telling you, dude. Oh, my gingerbread houses are on point. I'm also funny. You know, I've about had it with this, I'm sorry, Krusty, but, like, I've about had it with this, ulti stick. I know some people swear by him, but it's caused way too many problems. I know everyone. You just need to tweak it. You just need to do this. You need to do that. I'm like, dude, I've done it all. Am I familiar with the Old Republic game? I know she swears by him too. That's great. It's good for them. Good for you. My response to that is that, oh great, all I have to do is become you and my problems are solved. I'm familiar with SWTOR, I just don't play it. I mean, it's interesting to watch people play. Like Stay Alive 7 and the Chimeri and Brit. But it's not something that I got into. Amish Gnome, thank you again for being here. Appreciate it immensely. Woo! You swear near them, not just by them, Brit? That's amazing. Hey, Dragon Goddess. Good to see you. Yeah, I can't deny the facts, but I also can't deny my own facts. And my own facts are telling me that, yeah, I don't know. Or it could be something else entirely. Your new ulti stick is doing much better. See, that's the thing. Your new ulti stick. So that tells me your old ulti stick was problematic.
We have a Brit. The Sith Lord Brit has requested your presence immediately. Sincerely, Sith Lord Brit the Third.
Harumph. You're having Prince of Sabers made from SWTOR and Vader Immortal. Wow, nice. I haven't done Vader Immortal yet. I can't really do VR easily. I get motion sick. Brrr. Doesn't take much. Does not take much. At all. Do I have the Atari 2600 Star Wars Strikes Back? Empire Strikes Back, I do have that cartridge in the box. In terms of the original Star Wars game, I do not. I never really played it, though, growing up. Unfortunately. It did not happen. But I am thinking about slamming on the brakes tonight. Because I got a mess. I gotta clean up this mess. I didn't even crack what I needed to crack tonight, but it happens. You still have the same issue as me with the original ulti stick. That's what I'm saying, Fix him, dude. I know other people swear by him. I'm like, I don't really. It's been okay. It's been fine. And honestly, I've had some issues with the smooth PEI as well. Like, it's not like it's cut and dry. I've had similar issues. It's just that, the things that keep happening over and over and over again, I'm like, okay, dude, seriously. I've got to, like, minimize the problems that I'm running into for one reason or another. And there's one more thing I'm going to try before going. flipping it. But thank you, everybody, for hanging out tonight. I think we're going to be raiding... And thank you, by the way, Sith Lord Brit, for the raid. We're going to be raiding Public Access Comedy. Yeah! Woo! Uh-huh. Hang on. Oh, wait, he's going to wrap up. Never mind. I think he's wrapping up. I was going to raid him. He's doing cooking. He was cooking. I thought it would have been a fun raid, but I think he's wrapping up because he's telling people what he's doing. Ah. Really? Oh, man. Hang on. Let me check. You wrapping up? Yep. He's wrapping up. Yeah, he's wrapping up. Dang it. He's wrapping up. He says, don't come in tonight. Come on. Fudge. I'm looking at my list. Do we have, did we raid more and more recently? I can't remember. I know he just interviewed Fred, but he's interviewing, Brix O'Brien tonight. Oh, actually, hang on. We do owe Bent SW Pop Lover a raid, don't we? You're right. We do owe him a raid. And I prefer returning raids if we can. Thank you for the reminder. Thank you, everybody, for following. Thank you, everybody, for joining. It's good to meet everybody new and seeing everybody maybe not so new. Hello there. Slight Evil, a.k.a. DJ Banana. Good to meet you. Welcome to the Play Shop. Although here's the thing, we were just getting ready to raid. And as soon as I say that, like, you know, people drop away. Oh, he's going to raid, I'm going to leave. But we're just getting ready to go. Thank you, everybody, for being here tonight. We're going to be raiding someone who raided me recently, a Brick streamer, also a Star Wars fan, also a Pop Vinyl fan. I like returning the raids if I can. We raid the people who've raided over and over and over again, too. You know, I like spreading the love. I agree, it was a good stream. We only had, like, slight technical difficulties, but not, like, overwhelming technical difficulties. Just the black pop-up weird bug that's been happening. I can't fix it. I can't fix a software problem like that, apart from routing around it and hoping for the best. So we're rating SW Bent, as in aka Bent, which I believe is short for Bentley. Not to be confused with a car. But it looks like tonight he's got a few, he's doing Magic, some cards, but he's got a whole bunch of Star Wars stuff on his desk. So we owe him a raid. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in tonight. I love you. I appreciate you. But at this point, I'm going to leave you to your own devices, and may the Force be with you always. Thank you for being here. Thank you to all the mods for their help and their support. Tomorrow night, Krusty is going to be streaming over on Sith Lord Brit's channel with D. Randolph 1976, a.k.a. David Randolph, who's also been an amazing supporter of the channel, so be sure to support them. That's over on Brit's channel. She raided tonight, brought in a few new people, including Aranella. Thank you for being here. May the Force ever serve you, and you in return. Thank you. Thank you. I cannot be prolific enough with the thanks tonight. I am effusive with the praise. We're going to be rating SW... Just call him Bent. Bent. SW Pop Lover. Bent. Just Bent. So throw in some Tusken Raider emotes. If you're a sub, you use the Tusken Raider emotes. Here we go. Going to Tusken Raid Bent. Another fellow fan of Star Wars here on the Twitches. I'll see everybody tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Pacific, unless, of course, you're watching some other person, which is fine. Just don't tell me. Come in after you watch them. That's, you know, you don't want to tell. Hey, I'm watching so-and-so. I can't watch you. I'm like, oh, man, I feel bad. Now I want to watch them, too. Then I'll quit my stream, and I'll watch somebody else. That's no fun. I mean, for me. It's fun for them, though. Here we go. Tusken rating in 3, 2, 1. I went down to the timer. Oh, crap. I forgot to... Let me load that in the background. Sometimes I like close it and then forget. Just, yeah, go ahead. Yeah!
We have an incredible raid coming in from our
Oh, Baby Yoda!
71 Tusken Raiders, and he's got his Tusken Raiders on the...
Yeah, see? He knows a Tusken Raid. Hello there.
Thank you for the follow, Big Fan, and Brother Bill, which has got a couple in there. Maybe that one was earlier. I don't know. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, so much chaos is gonna go.
Everybody dance now! Who triggered that? Oh, Krusty.